Alice.
Oh, hi, Trix.
Something smells good.
Yeah, it's roast beef. We're having company for dinner.
Oh, anybody I know?
Gee, I don't think so. It's my Uncle George from Pittsburgh.
Oh.
I got a wire from him this morning saying that he was going to be in town for the day on business. So I called him at the hotel and I asked him over to spend the evening with us. Gee, I'd love to have you come down tonight, Trix, and meet him if you want to, because he's been awfully good to Ralph and me.
Oh, I'd love to. Oh, by the way, Alice, I came down to borrow a raw carrot. You have one?
Oh, sure.
I wanted to put in Ed's lunchbox for tomorrow.
I thought you said Ed didn't eat carrots.
Well, he doesn't, but on his way to work, he became friendly with a policeman's horse.
Gee, I had no idea how late it was getting. I've got to change my clothes, Trix, because Uncle George will be here very soon.
Yeah, I better go upstairs and get Ed's dinner started. Listen, thanks for the carrot.
Oh, don't mention it. See you later, Alice. Hey.
Well, don't tell me I have. Any kind at all.
Alice!
I'm home. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll grab a fast bite to eat, we'll get dressed fast, and we'll run right down to the stadium so we catch the first fight.
Look, will you stop worrying about us? Right on the ticket. The first bout don't start till 8 o'clock. We got plenty of time.
Boy, oh boy. Pal, I want to thank you. It was pretty nice of you to think of me when you got those 2 free tickets to the fight.
Oh, why shouldn't I think of you? You did the same thing for me. Remember that time the bus driver's kid gave the violin concert at the high school? You not only thought of me, you gave me both tickets. You didn't even go yourself.
Boy, I can't wait to see that Carmine fight. You know, if he wins this, he gets a crack at that Olsen.
Listen, I ain't got a thing to worry about. He's gonna win. Boy, old Carmine. I seen him fight on the television, boy. Oh, that footwork there, coming in, weaving and bobbing. I seen him. Can't lose it.
That sounds pretty good. Who was he fighting?
He wasn't fighting anybody. He was being introduced on the Ed Sullivan Show.
You know, just think we're going to be sitting in the first row. We'll be sitting amongst all the fight celebrities. Marciani.
Yeah.
Chick LaMotta.
Yeah.
Rocky Graziano.
Yeah.
La Starza. Carminati. Giardello.
Boy, what a spot for a pizzeria. Hey, you want to know something?
What, pal?
I don't think you know this, but I was in a fight game myself.
Yeah?
I entered the Golden Gloves. Took it pretty serious, too. Up every morning, 6 o'clock, 15-mile jaunt through the park, then back to the camp, box with my sparring partner until after lunch, then after lunch, skip the rope, then chop wood, hit the heavy punching bag, hit the light bag, and then to top it all off, a 20-mile hike. I did it every day for 3 months.
Sounds pretty tough. How did you make out?
Not so good. I was the only fighter I ever carried into the ring.
Well, I always wanted to see that Carmine fight in person. I saw him on television, but I never saw him in person. To my way of thinking, that guy is the best defensive fighter in the entire world.
Oh, sure.
And do you know why? You know what his defense is?
No, what?
He knows how to duck. That's the whole thing. Come here, I'll show you something.
What?
Come here. This is his whole secret. He knows how to duck. I know how to do the same thing. Throw a punch at me and I'll show you what I mean.
Wait a minute, I don't want to hurt you, Ralph.
That's just it. You won't even hit me. Come on, throw a punch at me.
No, I'd rather not.
Will you throw a punch at me and I'll duck? Oh!
Hey, Ralph. Hey, that's some ducking. I could never hit you a second time.
What did you have to hit me so hard for?
I'm sorry. Why don't you do like my wife does? Roll with the blow.
Go upstairs and get ready or we're going to miss the fights.
All right, I'll bring the binoculars.
What do you need the binoculars for? We're sitting in the first row.
Oh, I know, but sometimes there's better fights up in the balcony.
Will you go upstairs and get dressed? Come on, will you, Alice? Give me something to eat. I gotta hurry up. Norton's coming right down. I'm going to the fights.
Fights?
Yeah.
You can't go to any fights tonight, Ralph. Uncle George is in town, and I invited him over for the evening. He's
So
very
what?
anxious to see us.
So what? I'm going to the fights.
But you can't go to the fights, Ralph. Uncle George has been very good to us. The least we can do is show him a nice evening.
Are you crazy? I'd have to wait another lifetime to see a fight like this. I'm going to the fights.
You will just have to give it up.
I'll have to give it up. Are you out of your mind? I'm going to the fights.
Listen, Uncle George is coming over, and there's nothing wrong with Uncle George. You can be nice to him for once, can't you?
Is that so? Look, I'm going to the fights, but even if there wasn't a fight, I wouldn't stay here tonight. It just so happens that I hate your Uncle George.
Listen, Ralph, that's just an excuse so you can go to the fights. The first time you met him at my brother Freddie's birthday party, you said that you liked him.
After 4 quarts of beer, I even liked your brother Freddie. Now I'm going to the fights.
Now, wait a minute, Ralph. I talked to Uncle George on the phone, and I told him that you were going to be home. And if you're not here, it's going to be very embarrassing for me.
Oh, it is, huh? Well, I'm going to the fights anyway, see, kiddo?
Ralph, how can you act like this after all that Uncle George has given us?
Given us? After what Uncle George has given us? Show me one thing in this place that he gave us.
Well,
Show me one thing.
Well, he did give us a refrigerator. But that time that you were out of work, you sold it to pay the rent. And he gave you a wristwatch and you lost it. And how about the bridge lamp that he gave us? The one that you knocked over and broke into so many pieces we had to throw it away.
There you are. You can't show me one thing that he gave us.
Listen, Ralph, Uncle George is getting old. He's come all the way from Pittsburgh. The one thing that he told me on the phone was that he was particularly anxious to see you.
Yeah, well, tell him to watch the fights on television. I'll be sitting right in the first row.
Don't you dare go to the fights tonight. How would you feel if your family was coming over and I walked out?
Well, at least my relatives don't come barging in here unexpected.
No, they come steady as clockwork 3 times a week.
Don't get wise. Don't get wise. I'm not missing the best fight of the year.
Listen here, you try and walk out of that door and you'll be in the best fight of the year.
One of these days, right in the kisser. Now I'm going to the fight. I'm going in there, put on my hat, put on my coat, and get out of here before George gets here.
You wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't? Watch me, baby.
Well,
Uncle George.
Alice, and how's my favorite niece?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. Nice to see you.
Where's Ralph?
Oh, he's in the bedroom. Ralph, Uncle
Don't
George.
start, Alice, don't start.
Ralph.
Leave me alone. I don't hire Uncle George.
How are you, Ralph? You're looking very well.
Thank you.
Look, are you going out?
No, he's not going out. As a matter of fact, he just came in. Uncle George, why don't you go into the bedroom with Ralph? You probably want to wash up before
That's
dinner.
a good idea, Alice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead in, Uncle George. You think you got me licked, don't you? Well, you haven't got me licked. I'm going anyway.
Not now, you're not. You can't go now that Uncle George is here.
No? I've got to tell him that my back's starting up again. I'll say that I gotta have rest and quiet, that you're the only one that can take care of me, and I gotta be alone.
Are you crazy or something?
We'll see if I'm crazy.
What's the matter, boy?
Oh, Uncle George, it's my back again. It's starting to act up. You know, whenever this happens, I just gotta get a little rest and quiet and be all alone with Alice, because she knows how to take care of my back. Yeah, I'm sorry I have to ruin your night like that.
Well, don't worry about me. You get right in there and go to bed and get well of this.
All right.
Ed,
I want you to meet my Uncle George. This is Ed Norton, a neighbor of ours.
How do you do, Uncle George?
Hello. Now, you get in there and take care of yourself. Go to bed.
All right.
Hey, Ralph, what's the matter? You sick?
Yeah, I'm sick.
Hey, you ain't kidding. You even got a twitch in your eye.
Well, I better be leaving, Alice.
Oh, I feel terribly about this, Uncle George. Are you sure you'll be able to find something to do with your evening?
Hey, you got a free evening?
Sure, I'm free.
Come along with me. I got a couple of tickets to fight. If Ralph is sick, he's got to stay home. What's the matter, Ralph? Your back acting up again?
Well, that's very generous of you, Mr. Norton. I'd be happy to go along with you.
Sure, it's all right. Come on.
All
We don't
right,
want to miss the
fine.
first bout.
Have a
a
good
tough
time,
break, Ralph.
Uncle George.
You're going to miss the best fight of the year. Sweet kid, huh?
Didn't I?
Oh.
Baby?
Oh. How about a hot roast beef sandwich?
You're the greatest.
Hi, Alice.
Oh, hi, Trix.
Wow, everything certainly shines.
Well, it ought to. I've been scrubbing and polishing this place since 8 o'clock this morning.
Well, it isn't every night the president of the bus company that Ralph works for pays you a visit. Hey, where is Ralph?
Oh, he's out getting some refreshments for later on.
Oh. Gee, he really must be excited.
Yeah, excited. He went out and had his hair cut today. He took a bath and a shower. And you know he has 2 suits, the blue one and the brown one? Well, he spent the whole day trying first one and then the other. I guess he tried them on about 7 times. And when he finally decided on the blue suit, he had to wear the brown.
Oh. Well, why couldn't he wear the blue suit?
Well, after putting it on and taking it off so many times, it had a shine on the pants.
Hey, Alice.
Oh, hi, Ralph.
Here. Put this on the ice.
Champagne? Ralph, have you lost your mind? What did you have to go and buy champagne for?
What do you expect me to give the boss when he gets here? A bottle of no-cal or something?
Caviar.
Give me that.
Did I hear you say caviar?
Yeah.
Listen, Ralph, this is simply ridiculous.
Will you leave me alone? I know what I'm doing. See, the caviar, the cigars, got the champagne on ice. I hope I didn't forget anything.
There's just one thing missing.
What's that?
Xavier Cugat's orchestra. I'll see you later, Alice.
Okay, Trix.
If that dame thinks she's going to continue to come in here, she better butt out of my business.
Now, listen, Ralph, I don't blame her for saying something. You must have spent a whole week's salary on all of this stuff.
So what? I know what I'm doing. I want to impress the boss. Then when a job comes up down the office, I'll get it. Don't you get the psychology of this thing? He's coming over here, and what do you think he's expecting to get? Some tutti frutti ice cream, maybe a couple of cookies, and maybe some bonbons. But instead, what do I throw at him? Champagne, caviar, and Havana cigars. What do you think he's going to think?
He's going to think you haven't been ringing up all the fares.
Just leave me alone, will you?
Suppose this is your new theory of how to get ahead.
Yes, this is my new theory on how to get ahead. I'm going to get one of those new possessions.
Yeah?
See now. Boy, I can't wait till he gets here.
What good do you think this is going to do, Ralph, spending all this money on caviar and champagne?
What do you mean, what good is it going to do? I'm going to get a raise. That's what good it's going to do.
Ralph, the only way you get a raise is by doing your job properly. Look at a man like Einstein. He didn't have to buy champagne.
Wait a minute,
and
wait
stuff.
a minute. If there's anything I know, it's this. That it's not what you know, it's who you know. Who you know. That's how you get ahead. Look at Einstein. How do you think he got ahead?
I'll tell you how he got ahead. He just happens to be a genius, studied in every university in Europe, happens to be the greatest scientist the world has ever known. How do you think he got there?
I'll tell you how he got there. I'll tell you how he got there. Pull.
Oh, Ralph, if you can say a thing like that, you can say anything. I'm going to go in and fix my makeup.
Well, that's
and
great.
you can fiddle around with your caviar.
Hey, how do you fix this stuff? How do you serve it?
You spread it on the crackers I left out there.
Spread it on crackers. That sounds too stingy. Can't we serve it in a bowl with a spoon?
You don't eat caviar with a spoon. You spread it on crackers like the book says.
All right.
Clear out the door. Boy, you're looking sharp tonight, Ralph. I hadn't seen you dressed up like that since I went to your confirmation. What's that stuff?
It's caviar.
What's that?
Fish eggs.
You better throw it out. It's getting black.
That's its natural color. It's supposed to look like this.
All right. It's good enough for you. It's good enough for me. But if it's such wonderful stuff, what do you put it on those little crackers for? Why don't you put it in a bowl and eat it with a spoon?
What are you, a mental case? Imagine putting caviar in a bowl and eating it with a spoon.
All right. I admit, you know more about that stuff than I do. Boy, oh boy, you're going to a lot of trouble there for your boss, huh?
Hey, you think this is anything? Take a peek in the icebox.
Hey, champagne.
Nothing else, pal.
Hey, but I'm surprised at you. Look, if you're going to do this stuff, why don't you do it up right?
What are you talking about?
Look what's on the bottle here, 1939. Why don't you spend a few dollars more, get some of that new 1953 stuff?
1939 was a very good year for wine.
Well, it was a good year for me. That's the year I smashed up my Essex.
Boy, I sure hope I impressed that boss tonight.
Hey, listen, I promised Trixie I was going to take her to the movies. But look, if there's anything I can do, you know, be glad to help.
Oh, no. Go to the movies.
Well, look, I'll stick around. Maybe I can throw a good one.
I insist that you and Trixie go to the movies.
Well, okay, Ralph, but listen. Show the boss the stuff you made him. You deserve the very best. I mean, after all, it's men like you that made America great.
Boy, we're sure going to make a big splash tonight. She's going to love this.
I certainly hope so, Ralph, but and don't get mad, honey, but would you take it a little easy with the champagne, because you know how you get.
What do you mean, you know how I get? When did I ever do anything silly because I had a couple of drinks?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, I want you to answer it. Go ahead.
All right, I'll answer it. How about the bus driver's ball last year? The first thing I knew, you had a tablecloth wrapped all around you, a lampshade on your head, and a floral wreath draped around your neck.
That had nothing to do with drinking. I was just trying to win first prize in the most unusual costume thing in the ball.
That's just what I mean. It wasn't a costume party.
Well, don't worry. I can handle my liquor. Boy, I can't wait till he gets here. Oh, Norton's going to the movies with Trixie.
Yeah? Well, what about it?
Well, that's a break for me.
How?
Well, you don't think I want Norton around when my boss is here, do you?
Ralph, that's not a very nice thing to say about your best friend. I want to tell you something. Ed Norton would go to the end of the earth for you.
I don't want him to go to the ends of the earth for me. All I want him to do is to go to Lowe's Pitkin.
Oh, honestly, Ralph, sometimes the things that you...
That's the boss.
Well, open the door.
No, don't open it yet. You open it. Wait till I sit down with the magazine, casual style.
Now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Ralphie boy.
What do you want?
Well, I surprised you. I didn't mean to. Look, Trixie's downstairs waiting for me, see? You know, we're going to the movies.
Well, what are you doing up here if she's downstairs waiting for you?
Well, that's what I come up to talk to you about. Look, we got all dressed and ready to go to the movies, and I found out I didn't have any money. So I figured, you know, if you could give me back that $1.50 that you owe me, then I'd pay for the movies.
I haven't got a cent. I spent everything for this stuff.
Wait a minute, Ed. I'll see if I have some money. Oh, here, I got $1. We can make it here. $1, 10, 15.
I don't like to be a burden, you know that.
25. That's $1.25.
No, thanks very much, but still a quarter short.
Well, we haven't got any more money.
Well, look, I'll go down and get Trixie. We don't have to go to the movies.
Look, I'll find a quarter someplace.
Mrs. Camden?
Yes, come in, Mr. Marshall.
Thank you.
And take your hat. Yeah. I'd like you to meet Ed Norton. This is our neighbor upstairs.
How do you do, Mr. Norton?
How do you do, Mr. Marshall? I feel like I'm shaking hands with an old friend. I've been riding your buses for many years.
Mr. Marshall, won't you sit down?
Why, yes.
We haven't got a quarter in the world! Mr. Marshall! How are you?
Well, Cramden, how are you?
Certainly, it's nice to see you, Mr. Marshall. Have you met him?
Oh, yes, I've met Mr. Norton and your wife. You know, there's something that always interests me. Where did you two meet?
In a snooker parlor on 9th Avenue.
Pardon me. He don't mean you and I. He means my wife and me.
Yes.
Sit right down, please.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry that you have to run along now.
I can't go now, you know. I need, you know.
It sure is nice to have you here. Get him a quarter.
No, Mr. Norton is my best friend.
Oh, yes. Why, what line of business are you in, Mr. Norton?
He works for the city.
Yeah, I work in the sewer.
Well, that's interesting. I've never known anybody in that line. How did you ever get a job in a sewer?
Oh, just lucky, I guess.
Here's a quarter. Get me the papers on the way back from the movie.
Oh, I get you the papers, yeah. Well, Mr. Marshall, very nice talking to you. I like to leave you with a little parting thought. I know that you got some very good men in your company, but I want to say that when they made Ralph Cramden here, they threw away the mold. Arrivederci.
Nice fellow, that Norton. Well, here we are.
Yeah, let's all sit down.
Yeah, you know, it means a lot to me being here in your house, Cramden. You know, it's important to me. I feel that a boss should get to know his workers, and his workers should get to know the boss.
Yes, sir.
Why, right outside of my office, I have what I call a complaint box. It's there for any of the men who might have a little complaint to make about how I run the business, or even a personal complaint against me. Just write it down and drop it in the box. What about you, Ralph? Have you ever dropped anything in the box?
Well, I was going to last week, but it was full. How about a little champagne to wash it down? There you are.
Well, here's hoping you stay with the company a long time, Cramden.
You can say that again, Mr. Marshall.
Well, just look at the time. You know, I'd love to stay a little longer, but I must get on to another appointment.
Oh, that's too bad, Mr. Marshall.
No, I don't know when I've enjoyed anything as much as this, and I feel as though we've accomplished something in a business way, too. How long have you been with the company?
9 years, Mr. Marshall.
What's your salary?
$62 a week.
Oh. Cramden, I want you in my office tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock sharp.
Yes, sir.
My board of directors will be there. You know, they've been talking about raising some of the men's salaries, you understand?
Yes, sir, Mr. Marshall.
And I want you right there when I tell them how well a man like you can get along on $45 a week. Well, goodbye, Mrs. Cramden. Thanks for everything. See you at 10, Ralph.
Yes, Mr. Marshall.
Oh, by the way, do you mind if I take a couple for the road?
Load up. Boy, what a bum. Comes in here, eats up all the food, smokes my hard-earned cigars. And he's got the nerve to tell him that I can get along on $45 a week. Get 62? Sure, I get 62. Then they take a couple, and I got 45. I can't afford this kind of stuff on $45. He should know that. Gee, honey, I could have done a lot more with the dough for you, instead of spending it on champagne and caviar and cigars. I'm a mopes. You think we could sit down and drink it up and eat it?
I don't want a cigar, but I'd love some caviar.
Baby, you are the greatest.
Alice.
Oh, hi, Trix.
I just came down to return this cup I borrowed from you.
Oh, thanks.
Say, Alice, do you have a little extra cream? I ran short.
Oh, sure. Help yourself.
Thanks. La-da-dee-dee-da-dee-dee-dee. Oh, listen, I don't want to take this whole thing.
Well, just take as much as you want.
Oh, thanks. Say, can I borrow this cup again?
Oh, sure. You always return it.
What are you doing, Alice?
Well, I bought Ralph a new suit of underwear, and I'm taking the sleeve out.
Well, why don't you buy the sleeveless kind?
Well, Ralph just wants me to take the right sleeve off because he says it's hot on the bus.
Well, isn't it just as hot for his left arm?
Oh, no, that's the one that he leaves hanging out the window.
Oh. Gee, the leftovers would make swell sweaters for dachshunds.
Listen, Trix, as long as the boys are going bowling tonight, how about you and me taking in a movie?
Good.
There's a terrific one down at that foreign movie house. It's called Passionelle en Army.
Oh, a German film.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
All right, I'll pick you up right as soon as I get through feeding Ralph his dinner.
Swell, I'll see you later. Alice.
Okay.
Ooh, nearly forgot the cream. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah.
Hi, honey. I'll have your dinner fixed for you in a minute.
Don't bother, I'm not hungry.
You mean you're going to go bowling without eating?
I'm not going bowling.
But you and Ed go bowling every Tuesday night.
That's right. Every Tuesday night I go bowling. And every Wednesday morning I go to work. Tomorrow's Wednesday morning, but I'm not going to work.
Well, what do you mean?
I'll tell you what I mean. I've been fired.
Fired?
Yes, fired. 9 years I've been driving a bus for that firm. 9 years. And what happens to me? I drive the bus into the depot tonight. The guy from the supply room comes up to me and he says, Crandon, turn in your uniform tomorrow. You're not driving a bus for us anymore.
Oh, I can't believe it.
You can't believe it. I can't believe it. 9 years slaving for him, and this is the thanks I get. Oh, boy, getting up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. No holidays. Working 3 Sundays out of 4. All kinds of weather. Blizzards, heat spells, hailstorms. Taking all kinds of abuse. Old women yelling at me. Drunks trying to get on the bus without paying their fare. Cab drivers cutting me off. And whenever another bus driver was sick, I had to work double time. And this is the thanks I get.
Don't worry, honey. You'll get another job.
I'll get another job, sure, but never a good one like this one.
Ralph, don't get so upset about it. You're young and healthy. There are plenty of other jobs.
Plenty of jobs, huh? Plenty of jobs, huh? I was reading the Help Wanted column on the way home tonight. I'll show you the jobs there are. Here. Drill press operator wanted, $70 a week. Learn while you earn. Here's another one. Tool and die worker. Good opportunity for the right party.
Oh, what's wrong with any of those jobs?
Nothing, except they're all listed under Help Wanted women. There's not one job in here for a man.
Listen, Ralph, while you're waiting to get something for yourself, maybe I could get a job to help out.
No, you don't. No, you don't, Alice. I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. When I married you, you were never going to work again in your life.
Honey, it won't be for long.
I don't care how long it is, Alice. I got my pride. Before I'd see you go to work, I'd rather see you starve. We'll get along somehow until something comes up. Just have to live on our savings, that's all.
Swell, that'll take care of tonight, but what are we going to do in the morning?
No, we'll just have to change our style of living, that's all. Have to move out of here into a cheap apartment. Get rid of this furniture, get some second-hand stuff. Wait a minute. I got an idea. For the time being, we can move in with your folks.
What do you mean? Just a minute ago, when I said I'd go and get a job, you told me you had too much pride.
And I meant it. While you're with your folks, I won't even let you help wash the dishes.
How can you even think a thing like moving in with my folks? You haven't exactly gotten along with my father, you know. Do you want to know something? Do you realize that not once in the last 5 years have you even let me invite them over here for dinner?
Let's have them here tonight. We can break the news to them during dessert.
The answer is no.
All right, Alice, what are we gonna do?
Well, the first thing you can do is stop being so panicky. You've only been out of work a half an hour. You'll get something.
I'll get something, huh? Sure, I'll get something. When? How? Where? You know, I haven't got the best education in the world to have my pick of jobs. I only went to the 6th grade. I should have went through high school and then through college. That wouldn't have done any good anyway. That would have even made things worse.
So what do you mean?
How do you think I would have felt, a college graduate getting fired by a bus company? Boy, it's a pretty rough thing when you've had a job that long and you get fired.
Now listen.
You don't know what way to turn.
Honey, with an attitude like that, you're never going to get a job. Remember, you got a lot of friends. That's what they're for. Tell them that you're out of work. Maybe one of them will be able to help you get another job.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm not telling my friends I'm out of work. Have them standing around saying, poor Ralph, giving me that phony sympathy.
Well, I think that's carrying your pride a little bit too far.
It is, huh? Well, that's the way I want it. And remember that. I don't want any of my friends to know that I'm out of work. Just remember that.
All right.
When I get another job, I'll tell them I quit the bus company because, well, I wanted to advance. I lost my job. They fired me.
You kidding?
No, he's not, Ed. It's true.
Well, it's true, all right. I'm done, finished, through, over. Wait a minute now. Don't let it get you down now. I mean, that's not the spirit. This is the time where you gotta keep your chin up. You gotta smile. Come on, Ralphie boy. Give that a smile. Come on, boy. Come on, you give me a bigger smile than that. Atta boy, a little bigger. That's it. That's the way I want to see you. Even if it takes a year to get a job. Even if you never get a job.
How do you expect me to smile when you're talking like that?
Only trying to cheer you up?
Man, cheer me up. A fat lot I got to smile about. Today I'm fired, tomorrow I'm forgotten. They probably won't even remember what I look like.
That's all right. You go there tomorrow morning, you apply for another job.
You are a mental case.
All right, come on, let's go bowling. We'll be late.
You don't think I can come bowling after what happened to me today?
Ralph, Ed's right. It'll do you good to go bowling.
Maybe you're right. I gotta get my mind off this.
That's the way I like to hear you talk. That's the spirit. Come on, I want to get home early. After all, you can sleep all morning. You ain't waking.
Go ahead by yourself. I'll stay here.
Oh, Ralph, stop acting so silly.
Stop acting so silly, huh? I'll let you know about it. I'll let you know about it. You don't know what it is to be fired after working for a company for 9 years. It takes a lot out of a man's life, you know. 9 long years I worked for them. Now I'm through. Just through. Well, doesn't make much difference. That's life, I guess. You work. When I think of the guy that fired me, J.J. Marshall, the president of the Gotham Bus Company, sitting there in his office ruining my life. If there was some way that I could get to him and tell him what I think of him.
Call him on the phone.
What chance have I got getting through his 30 secretaries? Wait a minute. I got it. Get me some writing paper.
Ralph, you're not going to write him a letter.
I certainly am. I'm going to tell him exactly what I think of him.
Ralph, writing a letter is not going to solve anything.
I'll get the writing paper myself. Butt out of this. There. You want to know why I'm staying? You want to know why I'm staying? After working 9 years for that company, what have I got to show for it? This. 36 underwear sleeves. What out!
All right, I will.
Big mouth.
See now. You dirty bum. Look, I'm too nervous to write. You write it and I'll tell you what to say. You dirty bug.
Ain't that a little rough for a starter?
Maybe you're right. All right. Dear Mr. Marshall.
That's better.
You dirty... You're nothing but a miserable lowlife. You ought to turn in your membership card in the human race.
Nice touch, nice touch.
Thank you. After firing me after 9 years of loyal service, I can truthfully say that you are the meanest man in the world. You dirty... I can't think of anything else to say.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe this would be a good spot to throw in a hint about getting your job back again.
What's the matter with you? Are you an idiot or something? Just sign it now. Respectfully yours. Et cetera, et cetera.
Hey, Ralph.
What?
What's your boss's address?
No. It's J.J. Marshall, Gotham Bus Company, 225 River Street, New York City.
Okay.
Here. Here's a stamp.
Okay.
There.
That's off your chest now. How about a little bowling?
Come on. I don't feel like bowling. You go ahead by yourself, and on the way over, mail that letter.
All right, pal. Well, listen. Don't take it rough, will you? I mean, maybe I can get a job for you with me in the sewer. All you gotta do is pass the test.
What test?
Can you float?
Will you get out of here? He just went bowling, and I told him to mail that letter, too.
Ralph, you're going to be awfully sorry you wrote that letter.
Gonna be awfully sorry, huh? 9 years. 9 years! It's a long time out of a man's life. 9 years I've been on that bus run. I've made a lot of friends in those years on that bus. A lot of friends. Good friends. Kids. Kids, all the way from kindergarten through high school. Little kids. They're the ones that gave me the fun. Little teeny-weeny ones. I used to get in a bus and I let them sit on my lap and make believe they're driving a bus. Let them open and shut the door. When things were slow, I'd even let them punch the tickets and make the change. Those little kids knew everything about a bus. They knew exactly how to operate a bus. Now they're young men going out into the world. Wait a minute. It's probably one of those little brats that's taken my job. Come in.
All right. Hi, Alice.
Look, you, I don't want any of your sympathy.
What sympathy? I come here to tell you the news.
You don't have to tell me the news. I already know it. I drove the bus into the depot. The supply guy comes up and says, turn in your uniform. You're not driving a bus anymore tomorrow. What's so funny? What's to laugh at?
I'll tell you what's funny. Sure, you ain't driving a bus tomorrow, but not because you've been fired. I was in Mr. Marshall's office this afternoon, and he told me, you've been promoted to traffic manager.
A traffic?
That's right, Ralph. Congratulations. Well, I gotta be running home. It's getting a little late. Now, don't forget to bring some cigars down to the depot tomorrow. From now on, you are an executive. Good night, Alice. Good night. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Gee, Alice. An executive. I'm a big shot, honey. An executive. Okay. Get dressed. Get dressed, we're going out. We're going out, we're gonna celebrate.
But-
And from here on in, we're gonna live.
But, Ralph!
Hurry up, honey, get dressed. Ralph!
to blame. My mother warned me.
You. There's no one but you. Everyone but...
Hey, I fooled you.
There's no one but you. Everything true. Tippy-tin. Tippy-tin.
Ooh. How do you like that? I forgot to mail Ralph's letter. Hey, Al, come here.
What do you want?
You know where mailboxes around here?
Yeah, there's one right out front.
Do me a favor, will you mail it?
Sure.
Okay. All right. I'll make it up to you. I'll try very hard not to litter the floor.
Big deal.
Pardon me, buddy. Here. What? That letter I gave you. Did you mail it?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No. I can explain.
You don't have to explain anything, pal. You just saved my life. Boy, let's celebrate.
Well, you're happy, huh?
Happy? I'll tell you how happy I am. Not only I'm going to bowl with you, but after we finish bowling, I'm taking you out and buying you the biggest steak in the world.
Well, I don't know what's making you act this way, but if you're happy, I'm happy.
Don't worry about it, pal. Let me have the letter.
I haven't got it.
What do you mean you haven't got it?
Well, I gave it to somebody else to mail.
You gave it to somebody else?
Yeah.
Who did you give it to mail?
Well, remember the guy you bumped into on the way here, and the letter dropped on the floor? That was the letter.
No. And I picked it up and gave it back to him. Where's the letterbox?
On the front.
I gotta get that guy before he mails the letter.
How do you like that guy? He calls me a mental case.
Too right.
You catch him?
No, he's gone.
Hey, Ralph, about that steak you promised me. I changed my mind. Let's make it a pizza. We get one with the mushrooms, one with a hot zuz each.
Will you shut up?
All right, we'll eat steak.
You leave me alone. Do you know what just happened to me?
What?
My world has come to an end.
What?
I didn't get that letter.
What do you got to get the letter for? Do you think of something better to call the boss? Miserable lowlife and dirty bum ain't bad, you know.
I'll have to explain to you. I wasn't fired. I was promoted. He made me the traffic manager.
Congratulations.
What do you congratulate me for? After that guy reads the letter, I'm done. Through.
Wait a minute. You know what to do if he fires you?
What?
Write him another nasty letter.
Oh, boy. You realize this is my whole life? I'm gone. You gotta think of some way to get back that letter.
Oh, listen, don't take it so rough now. Wait a minute. Maybe Mr. Marshall won't fire you. Take it easy.
What do you mean he won't fire me? Are you crazy or something? When he reads that letter? If I called you a dirty bum and a miserable lowlife, wouldn't you get mad?
Have I ever?
Fine Merry Christmas I'm going to spend.
Yeah.
We gotta think of something. We gotta get that letter.
Sit down and think about it.
Now we know two things.
That's right.
The mailbox is in front of this place, and the letter is in the mailbox.
That's right.
And we gotta get the letter out of the mailbox.
True. Wait a minute. You tamper around with a mailbox, that's a federal offense.
I'll just have to take that chance. I've always wanted to be an executive. This is my opportunity. People under my orders, obeying everything I say to them.
You know what? You break open that mailbox and you may get your wish. At prison, they may make you a trustee.
Well, I gotta take that chance.
Now, wait a minute. If I help you get the letter out of that box and we're both caught, then we'll both go to jail. Is that right? If I help you get the letter out and we don't get caught, you get the job as traffic manager. What does that get me? What do I get out of all this?
You certainly have a nerve to say that to me after what I did for you last year. I didn't ask you what I was going to get out of that, did I?
Why? What are you talking about?
When you had the hot tip and you came downstairs to borrow $10 from me.
Well, you didn't lend me the $10.
That's just the point. The horse lost, didn't he?
I guess you're right, Ralph.
Now, we got to figure how to get that thing open.
I'm an ingrate. Wait a minute. I got it. Sensational idea, dynamite.
What is it?
I just told you, dynamite.
Are you out of your mind? You can't blow up a letterbox.
This thing. Hey, wait a minute. I seen a motion picture once. A guy was trying to get a bundle out of a mailbox. You know, we could do just what he did.
What?
Well, he brought this bag of tools with him, see? First thing he does, he takes a mallet out, he hits the mailbox, trying to break open the spring lock, you know?
Yeah.
That don't work, he tries a hairpin. That don't work, he gets a big crowbar, starts prying open the thing.
Well, did he get it open?
No, while he was prying it open, the cop came along and shot him.
What are you telling me things like that for?
I didn't know you were so chicken.
Wait a minute. I got an idea.
What?
A skeleton key. Ah, that's no good. They got special like... Rah!
I got the best idea of all. This one really is it. We get my brother-in-law's truck, and we come along the street here when there's nobody here, and we steal the mailbox.
Nothing.
We gotta do it. Let's steal it. That's the best thing.
Nothing.
What?
Get your bowling ball.
We can't open a mailbox with a bowling ball.
Get your bowling ball!
What's the matter with you? You're talking to me.
Would you two mind explaining to me what you were talking about, huh?
Norton, tell him what we were talking about.
Officer, there's a mailbox up there. You tell him.
Now, look, one of you better start to tell me now.
Well, you see, we're playwrights. We were writing a play, you see. That's
You're
what it was
writing a
about.
what?
Yeah, we were writing a little play.
You know, remember in the third grade, you was a tree. You was an
Shut up. Now, as soon as we get this play written, we'll send you tickets for it, pal.
Yeah.
Thank
Make
you.
sure, huh?
Yes,
To
sir.
play about a mailbox?
Yeah, we're going to break into a mailbox, and we got little ideas in the play. We'll send you some tickets for it when it opens.
Okay, do that.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. There's the law.
Nice fella, isn't he?
Hey, that was a close shave.
Never mind that. We got to get into that mailbox.
Wait a minute. We gotta go get the cop.
What for?
Get his address so we can send him tickets to the play.
Only I have a bosom friend like this. All right, come on. Look out.
What are you pulling me back for?
You mouse, you don't want anybody to see us looking at the mailbox, do you?
If you're gonna get scared if somebody sees us looking in the mailbox, how are you gonna act if they see us climbing into it?
Boy, would I like to drive one right through. Now, look, you stand here. I'll look the box over. If anybody comes, let me know.
All right. Somebody coming, Rolf?
I don't see anybody.
I was practicing.
Don't give me a heart attack or something. Now, just stand here. If anybody comes, just tap me on the shoulder. Somebody coming? We gotta get into this mailbox.
Just wait a minute, will you? Would you mind letting me think about it for a minute? Just let me look at the thing. I mean, this is a problem. There must be an answer. The letter goes in there. The letter's got to come out. Maybe I got the answer to the problem. I don't know. You got to use the noodle. Now, wait a minute. I got the answer.
What is it?
You can't get it out.
Wait a minute. This thing is made just like a piggy bank, ain't it?
That's right.
What do you do with a piggy bank when you want to get something out? You lift it upside down and shake it.
Shake it.
Come on, pal.
Hey, what's going on here? It's a big idea picking up that mailbox.
Put it down, pal. We weren't picking it up. We were just putting it down. You see, some kids must have come along here and turned it upside down.
I see. Well, from here it looks like tampering with the mail. That's a federal offense. You can get 3 years in jail for that or $1,000 fine.
How about that, Ralph? You got a choice?
Come here. Well, there goes my life.
Say, I hope you won't get mad at me, but I went out to eat and I forgot to put your letter in the mailbox.
What?
Don't worry. It'll get there in the same time. I just gave it to the mailman.
Brandon,
What are you doing here?
Your secretary was busy, Mr. Marshall. I just thought I'd bring in your mail.
Oh, here. I'll take those. Well, Ralph, I guess you must be pretty excited about your promotion, hmm?
Yes.
Cramden, I suppose you probably want to know what your new duties are, hmm?
Yes, sir.
Well, you just go down to Bill Johnson's office. He'll show you the ropes.
Yes, sir.
Well, what is it, Cramden? Do you want to speak to me about something?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to say something to you.
Well, what is it?
Sure has been nice weather we've been having right along here.
Is that all you wanted to say to me?
No, I wanted to say...
Now, look, Cramden. You look a bit nervous this morning, but I can understand that. Suppose you just sit down there and think over what you have to say to me while I go over my mail, hmm? Well. Dear Mr. Marshall, you dirty bug. Brandon, I never read these crank letters. I always file them in the wastebasket.
Oh, gee, that's swell.
However, on second thought, since you're advancing in our organization, I think I'll read it to you to show you the kind of crank letters people send to us executives. You'll get a good laugh out of this. Dear Mr. Marshall, you dirty bum. Can you imagine the mentality of a man who'd write a letter like this? You're nothing but a miserable lowlife. You want to turn in your membership card in the human race. Well, that line at least shows a little more clever thought than the average crank uses.
Thank you.
After firing me after 9 years, I can safely say that you are the meanest man in the whole world, you dirty bum. Cramden, do you know how this is signed? It says, respectfully yours, etc., etc. He doesn't even have the nerve to sign his name. I guess the excitement of his promotion was too much for him.
Alice! $1,000 worth of Chinese food is going to be sent up any minute. I got it in the hall. The guy's carrying it up.
Oh, but you left this morning. You're acting as though the world had come to an end.
Yeah, but it ain't coming to an end anymore, baby. Not only have I still got my job, but I still got the promotion.
I don't get it. What about the letter?
That's just it. On account of Norton's stupidity, I still got my job. How do you think he signed the letter? Respectfully yours, etc., etc.
Oh, you mean that Mr. Marshall didn't know it was you?
He didn't even know who sent the letter. Sweetie, from here on in we live. From here on in we live.
Ralph, I haven't seen you this happy in years.
I've never been this happy. You're gonna have everything, sweetheart.
Hey, what's cooking around here? What's cooking around here? From downstairs, it smells like Hong Kong Gardens.
Pal. What? Pal of mine, if you were a little prettier, I'd kiss you. I want to thank you for what you've done.
Hey, wait a minute, Ralph. How'd you find out so soon? I just came from there.
Came from where?
Well, I got to thinking. Matter of fact, I was thinking about it all day. How rotten you must feel, and I felt rotten and all about you losing your job. And so right after work, I went right to the bus company and I saw the president himself. And I talked to him, and I explained the whole thing to him. And I said, I said that you didn't mean all those things that you wrote in the letter about him being a dirty bum, miserable lowlife. I told him, I explained the whole thing. That's the kind of a pal you got, boy. And remember, whenever you're in trouble, don't forget, Ed Norton lives upstairs.
Ralph home yet?
No, not yet, but I expect him any minute.
Well, I'm just as glad he isn't home. I want to ask you a question. I've been working on a few ideas for a Christmas present for Ralph, you know. I want to get a few facts from him. Just the facts, man, just the facts.
That's what the guy says on the television.
Okay, what is it you want to know?
Well, tell me something. What's his neck size?
18.
Yeah? What's he measure around the waist?
Oh, 47, I think.
One more question. What's he measure around the hips?
50, Hey, wait a minute. What are you planning to get for Ralph?
A book on reducing.
No, Ed, I don't think Ralph would exactly appreciate that. I think...
What do you say?
Wait a minute. Wait till I tell you what happened to me today. I'm in the bus, see, and I'm driving along Madison Avenue. And I stop at 48th Street to take on some passengers, and a guy gets on the bus. As soon as he gets on, I look at his face, and I know I saw it someplace before, but I can't remember where, see? Anyway, he sits down. I start driving the bus again. I get to around 62nd Street, and I stop for a light. Bam! It hits me. I know where I saw this guy's kiss it before. I saw it in the paper on the way to work this morning. Who do you think it was? The murderer. They're all after. Bullet struck him.
A killer on your bus?
Yeah. Now, wait a minute. Wait till I tell you what I do. I play it smart, see? Instead of doing anything, I keep driving the bus like nothing happened, see? Now we get up to 68th Street, and I see a couple of cops coming out of a hamburger joint. So I pull the bus over to the curb and jam on the brakes, and I say to everybody, sorry, folks, but the bus is stuck. I say, you'll have to get out and take the next bus that comes along. Well, as they're getting out the rear door, I jump out the front door, and I say to the cops, I got bullets stuck in the bus. Well, they run over to the rear door and nab him just as he comes out.
Ralph, you mean that you helped trap a killer?
I certainly did.
Weren't you scared?
Ah, don't be silly, Alice.
Anybody that drive a bus in New York traffic ain't afraid of nothing. I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you.
You should have seen the fuss they made. They thought I was a hero down at the police precinct.
Come here.
Okay, boys, go to it.
Wait a minute. What is this?
Well, Mr. Kramer, now that you're a hero, we want to do a story on you, run some pictures.
Oh. Pictures?
Is this Mrs. Kramer?
Yes.
Oh, Mrs. Cramden, how does it feel to be married to a hero?
Well, I can hardly believe it yet.
Say, Mr. Cramden, how about taking a shot, holding up the newspaper, and pointing at Bullett's picture?
Yes. Thank you.
Now, how about one of you two together?
Yeah, shall be glad to.
Not you, we mean Alice.
Okay, you'll get it later. By the way, Mr. Cramden, tell me, what happened when you were on the bus? Would you give us an idea of what happened there?
Well, I just ran up to him, and captured the guy, and
Oh, that's great. By the way, what about the threat that Bullett's made about you? What do you think about that?
What threat?
Threat?
You don't know about the threat? He said the first thing he's going to do when he gets out is take care of the guy who put the finger on him.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about that, Mr. Cram. They're going to put Bullets away for good this time, for keeps.
Oh, they're putting him away for keeps, huh?
Right.
Huh? Who's afraid of any threat? I want to tell you boys something. If I ever run into that bum... Come in.
Cramden?
Yes, sir.
I'm Chief Brady. I just wanted to stop by and thank you for the great service you've rendered this community.
Well, thank you very much.
How about a shot of you shaking hands with Cramden?
Why, pleasure, boys.
Hey, Chief, excuse me. I'm glad you're with us here. I want to ask you a question.
That's my friend, Ed Norton.
Oh, well,
What do you say?
what is it?
Well, I'd like to ask you a little question. Are those stories in Dick Tracy really taken from police files?
Chief Moore? Asking silly questions? Certainly they're from the police files.
Say, boys, how would you like one with Mr. Cramden's arm around my shoulder? Huh?
Okay, Chief.
Sure.
Hey, Chief.
Huh?
I just heard a call on the car radio.
Well,
Bullets escaped about a half hour ago.
I'll have to get back to the station.
Come on. Oh, what a spot!
Come on.
Hey, Ralph, now that it's quieted down a little around here, how about give me a few hints as to what you want for Christmas present?
Are you out of your mind? Do you realize there's a killer loose in this city and he's out gunning for me?
Wait a minute. That gives me a great idea for a Christmas present. A bulletproof vest.
You leave me alone!
Ralph, what are you going to do?
I don't know, but I can't sit here like a sitting duck. Maybe I better go someplace and hide.
Wait a minute. I got just the place, just a hideout. My uncle's place in New Jersey, he'll never find you there.
He won't?
Not a chance. I went out there 3 Sundays in a row. I couldn't even find a place myself.
Leave me alone.
Ralph, you know what I think? I think you should get a policeman up here.
Hey, that's right. I'll get a policeman.
If he gets a policeman up here, he'll feel much better about
that. Ah, you nuts! You seem to be out there alone with a killer looking for me.
Don't be so upset, will you, Ralph? Don't be so scared. That guy isn't going to be dumb enough to come up here looking for you.
He ain't?
Not a chance. He'll just wait and see you walking down the street some night and then bang!
Gonna leave me alone? Look, go in the bedroom and see if the window's shut tight.
Okay,
I'll take care of the door.
Boy, oh boy, that Bullet Sturgeon was a tough-looking guy.
Shut up!
You're very touchy. You're very, very touchy tonight.
Very touchy? Do you realize that there's a killer walking around and he's looking for me?
Look out, Ralph. There's a fly around here, almost landed right in your hand.
Boy, would I like to drive this right through. Hey, Norton. There's a guy standing down in the street under the lamppost. Looks like he's looking up at this window. Are you trying to give me a heart attack or something? This nut! Look, I can't stand this. I gotta find something to do, and right now.
Well, you can't leave here, Ralph. He might recognize you.
Wait a minute, I got the solution to the whole thing. How about some kind of a disguise? I got a sailor suit up there I used to wear in the Navy. You could get into that. He wouldn't recognize you in a uniform.
Hey, that's great.
Go ahead. I'll go up and get it. And listen, while I'm gone, take care of this boy. He's a sweet kid. Okay.
Now, listen, Ralph, don't worry. The police will probably catch him, and then everything will be all right.
Yeah, but what if they don't? What if they don't and he kills me? All I can say is one thing. If he does kill me, he couldn't have picked a better time to do it.
Ralph, how can you say that?
Because if I'm dead, at least you'll be well taken care of. We haven't spent our Christmas club money yet.
Ralph, now nothing's going to happen to you.
That's him. Quick, get against the door and don't let him in.
Well, suppose he starts shooting through the door.
What are you, crazy? He's not after you. He's after me.
Hey, Ralph, it's me. Oh, the kid is down on the floor.
Hey, it's Casey. Let him in. Boy, am I glad to see you.
Just got a report that Bullet broke out. He may be on his way over here now. He may try to knock you off, but don't get worried because the chief has got a terrific idea.
What
Got
is
an
it?
idea?
Yeah, look, is that the bedroom in there?
Yeah?
Now, look, get this straight. I'm going to tell you once. Kelly and I will go inside in the bedroom. When Bullets comes walking in, the tubers will jump out and grab him.
That's swell. You and I will go upstairs in my friend's apartment. And
Wait a minute, Ralph. You got to stay here and act as bait.
Bait?
Would you do it? I knew you would, Ralph. Mrs. Tramden, you got a brave man here.
Officer, are you sure this is the only way?
Don't worry about it. As I said before, Kelly and I will wait in the bedroom. Now, when Bullets comes walking in, you signal us by saying, Bullets, it's you. You got that now? Bullets, it's you.
Look,
and Kelly and
why
I will
couldn't you
jump
wait
out
downstairs for him and get him in the street?
Well, look, Ralph, it could be a little embarrassing because there might be some fireworks and an innocent bystander might get hurt.
Mr. Crandall,
An innocent bystander might get hurt.
Let's go inside.
Take it easy, honey.
Fellas, what do I have to say again?
Bullets, it's you.
Bullets, it's you. You're one of the bravest men I ever saw. Thank you. Boy.
Let's go.
That was a close shave, Ralph. Imagine. Touch from bullets stuck him right in your apartment here. Boy, I gotta tell Trixie about this.
You heard what he said, didn't you, Alice? One of the bravest men he's ever met. You know, it took a lot of guts to stand there and look into that barrel of his gun. But I wasn't scared for a moment.
Ralph, there's something I don't understand.
What is it, baby?
When I was in the bedroom, I heard a voice say, Bullets, it's you. But it wasn't your voice, it was Norton's. Now, how come?
There's a very good reason for that.
Yeah?
I'll tell you what it was. You see, when he come in, he was very nervous. His hand was shaking and his finger was starting to press the trigger. So I knew that if I said anything, he might get upset, you know, and shoot right away. So the reason I didn't say anything was to protect you.
Protect me?
Yeah, to protect you.
Well, how was that protecting me?
Well, if he shot me, who'd take care of you?
Oh, Ralph, I love you.
Yeah, I'm a yellow belly.
Hi, Alice. Oh, it's you. Trixie, what a fright you gave me. When I heard the knock on the door, I thought it was Ralph. Alice, you're going to make a nervous wreck out of yourself. Don't you think it'd be much simpler just to tell Ralph about this?
Believe me, Trixie, I know what I'm doing. Ralph's got a big thing about his wife working. If he ever found out that I was knitting baby things for that baby shop downtown, he'd hit the ceiling.
Yeah, but it isn't like you took a steady job. Well, after all, you're just trying to make a few extra dollars for Christmas.
Well, it's all the same to Ralph. It's the principle of the thing with him. He says the woman's place is in the home, and it's the man's job to go out and earn the living.
I know. My Ed's the same way. When we got married, he made me quit my job. He said we'd live on his salary or else. And believe me, we've been or-elsing it ever since. Oh, Alice, these are the cutest things.
Aren't they?
Oh.
You know, they're not hard to make either, Trix. Say, listen, you know they need a couple of extra girls down at the baby shop. Did you ever try to do any knitting?
Oh, sure, I tried it last year. I knitted a pair of socks and a sweater for Ed.
Oh, yeah? A matching set?
I'll say. You couldn't tell which was the socks and which was the sweater.
Trixie, I better hide these things because Ralph's going to be home any minute. Come in here.
Oh, listen, don't forget these.
All right.
Alice, what's the matter with you?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just that old trouble with my sacroiliac. It just acts up every once in a while.
Oh, that's nothing to fool around with. You better see a doctor. Say, my sister Peggy's got a wonderful man. You know, she's got the same sort of trouble, and she swears by him.
Oh, Trixie, it's really nothing.
No, now listen to me. You're going to have it taken care of. As a matter of fact, I'll go upstairs right now, and I'll phone Dr. Roberts, and I'll make an appointment for you.
Oh, now, Trixie.
I won't hear another word about it. You sit down. I'll see you later.
Oh, Trix. Oh, hiya, Ralph.
Oh? Well, I don't know how much longer I can go on driving a bus for a living. I don't know how much longer, but I'm going to give it up soon. Things are getting worse instead of better. Today I'm driving a bus along Madison Avenue, and I stop at 48th Street, one of the bus stops, to pick up some passengers. They get on, and I start driving off again. All of a sudden, I look out the door, and I see a guy run alongside the bus, waving his arms. So I yelled to him. I said, buddy, you can't get on until I come to a bus stop. That don't stop him. He's still running alongside the bus, waving his arms. Well, I finally get to a bus stop, and I open the door. He runs in and hits me right in the mouth. I said, what's the matter with you? I told you you can't get on till you get to a bus stop. He says, who wants to get on? I want to get off. My tire's caught in the door.
Well, come on, honey. Forget about it. Sit down here, and I'll get you your dinner.
I'm starving. What do we got to eat?
Well, Ralph, I was awfully busy today, so I thought we'd just have a little...
Tell me, Alice. Don't tell me that you got tuna fish again.
All right, I'll tell you it's steak, but it's still tuna fish.
What's going on with you? For the past 4 nights in a row, you've given me tuna fish to eat. If I eat another bite of that stuff, my stomach will go in and out with the tide. What is the matter around here? For the past month now, I've been getting nothing but cold suppers. I know what your trouble is. Your trouble is that you got it too easy. I can remember my mother. She had 8 kids. 8 kids. She had to do all the washing, all the ironing, clean the house, all of the laundry, and still, every night when my father come home, he got a hot meal. Trouble with you is that you got too many modern conveniences.
Modern conveniences? Ralph Cramden, the only modern convenience in this house is this can opener.
Don't get cute. Don't get cute. All I know is every night I come home in this house, I see other men coming in here from work. They pass Mrs. Monicotti's door. They stop and they smell spaghetti and lasagna. They stop at Mrs. Donovan's door. They smell corned beef and cabbage. They stop at Mrs. Zimmerman's door. They smell sauerbraten. They stop at this door. They see a bunch of cats smelling tuna fish.
Shut up.
One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Pow! Right in the cat.
All right, Ralph, you don't like what I give you, you can get your own supper.
Stay in there!
What's that, Ralphie boy? Hey, Ralph, what are all those cats doing outside your door?
That settles it. I'm not eating the tuna fish.
Well, I don't know what's the matter with that wife of mine. All I ever get is steak, pot roast, and lamb chops. I never get any tuna fish.
You had tuna fish 5 nights in a row, you wouldn't like it either.
Oh, wait a minute. Having tuna fish every night in the week has got some good points.
Yeah, well, name one.
Well, having all those cats outside your door, you'll never be trouble with mice.
You were a mental case.
Hey, Ralph, I come down to ask you a favor. I bought Trixie a Christmas present the other day. I was going to hide it upstairs, but I know she's going to find it, and I thought maybe you hide it for me.
All right, what is it?
The bottle of perfume. Well, it set me back a lot of dough, too. I hope it smells good.
What do you mean? Don't you know how it smells?
No, I haven't got any sense of smell. You think I work in a sewer if I did?
I'll hide it in this bureau in case you want it.
Yeah.
Hey, what are these baby clothes doing in the drawer?
Hey, where's Alice?
She's in the bedroom.
Well, listen, I got a message from Trixie. Trixie told me to tell Alice that her appointment with a doctor is 2 o'clock Friday.
Doctor? What does Alice want with a doctor? Not.
What?
Not. I'm going to be a father.
What do you mean?
Don't you get it? It all adds up. The booties, Alice going to the doctors.
Hey! Congratulations! Boy, this is almost as big news as when you made 240 in bowling.
Why, how about that? I'm going to be a father.
Yeah.
I'm going to name it Ralph. Ralph Jr. after me. Maybe I'll let Ed Jr. after my father. Maybe Mike Jr. after Alice's father.
Hey, wait a minute. Suppose it's a girl.
Are you crazy? My son, a girl?
Boy, oh boy.
Imagine that. Alice and me with a little kid.
Yeah.
A little teeny-weeny baby.
Yeah.
Look at the little hat it's going to wear on its little head.
Hey, let me look at it. Hey, look at this teeny-weensy sweater with a teeny-weensy sleeves for his teeny-weensy arms.
Hey, get a load of this. The teeny-weeny gloves for the hands.
Yeah. Teeny-weeny sock for the teeny-weeny foot.
That's mine!
Hey, listen. Aren't you gonna go in there and tell her how happy you are?
I certainly am not.
Why not?
Because I'm not, that's why.
I don't get it.
Don't you understand? Are you that stupid? Don't you realize this is a woman's privilege to tell her husbands about a thing like this? I'm not supposed to tell her I know. She's supposed to tell me she's gonna have a baby.
Well, if it was the other way around, you'd tell her. I don't get it. I don't know why she hasn't told you.
Maybe she's saving it for the right moment. Maybe she's saving it to tell me about Christmas.
Well, it's cheaper than buying a present.
You know, the whole picture's beginning to add up now. Tuna fish 5 nights in a row. You know, when a woman is in this condition, she gets, yens for crazy things.
Yeah.
What could be crazier than tuna fish? She ain't a thing. Just think. Here she is having a baby, and I'm yelling at her. Screaming and yelling because I haven't got a hot supper. Boy, I'm nothing but an ungrateful beast. I'm a no-good worm. I'm just a...
dirty bum.
Thank you.
I got another one. Crummy rat.
Never mind, I got enough. Gee whiz. And the way I've treated her. Last week, for instance, I was yelling at her because she didn't sew a button on my shirt. The week before that, I was yelling because she didn't press my pants and she didn't sew a seam on my windbreaker. But I'm telling you something. Now that the baby's here, everything's going to change.
Hey, Ralph, what do you think the baby's going to be, a tailor?
I don't mean that. I mean that there's going to be some changes in me. I'm going to turn over a new leaf.
Oh.
Ralph,
Wait a minute, Alice. Wait a minute. What are you walking around for? Take it easy. Sit down. Bring a chair over, Norton. Yeah.
Ralph,
Sit down,
what's
sweetheart.
the matter with you?
There's nothing the matter. Do you want a glass of milk or something? Why don't you
No.
sit down?
I don't want to sit down.
Hey, Alice, don't you really want to sit down?
No. Ralph, I just wanted to tell you something.
You wanted to tell me something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was going to tell you that... All right, come on now. What are you two acting like this for?
We're not acting like nothing. Go ahead and tell me what you have to tell me.
Well, I was going to tell you that I was wrong. You deserve a hot supper after a hard day's work.
Is that all you're going to tell me?
No, there's something else.
Yeah?
I'm going to run right down to the butcher's now and get you 2 lamb chops.
You are not. You're not running anywhere. I don't want you exerting yourself running up and down those stairs. If there's any lamb chops to be gotten, I'll get them.
Now, Ralph, that's ridiculous. I'm going to go down to the butcher's now and get those lamb chops.
But I don't want any lamb chops. Look, I'll eat the tuna fish. I love tuna fish.
I can't.
Shut up!
Give me that. Now, listen, you're going to have a hot supper, and if you don't mind, I'll just leave and get you the lamb chops.
Well, look, if you want me to have a hot supper, I'll have a hot supper. But I'll go down for the lamb chops.
Now, wait a minute, Ralph. I don't quite understand this sudden concern for me. All I know is that the night before last, when I was coming out of the supermarket, I met you coming out of the subway. Remember, my arms loaded down with stuff? 10 pounds of potatoes, a 5-pound sack of flour, all those canned goods, a new mop that I bought, and your shoe that I had to go over to the shoemaker's to get. And when I asked you to help me, what did you do? You said you'd run ahead and open the door.
Well, I'm a changed man since then.
Yeah, well, what changed you?
Hey, he can't tell you. You gotta tell him.
Look, I don't know what's going on around here. All I know is if I don't get to the butcher's for the lamb chops, they'll be closed.
All right, honey. But, look, Alice, just get one lamb chop. Two are too heavy. How about that? How about a wife like that?
Yeah.
After I argued with her. There she is going out to get some food to make me a hot meal. I tell you, I'm nothing but a
crummy rat. We had that left over.
Yeah? But when that baby comes, we're going to have fun with it. This is going to change everything. I'm going to spend all my time with that kid. You know, having babies is fun. I'm going to spend all my time with him. No more bowling, no more going out with the guys, no more baseball, no more fishing.
You're right, Ralph. Having babies is fun.
That kid's going to have everything I never had. He's going to have an education. He's going to go to school, high school, college, medical school. All that takes a lot of money, though. And all I got is $12.
Well, that'll get him through kindergarten.
I got to find a way to get some money. I got to get some more money.
Hey, wait a minute. Listen. Look, I'm a friend of yours. Haven't I been a long time a friend of yours? At a time like this, anything I have is yours.
Gee, that's awful nice of you, pal. How much you got?
Well, I don't have any cash, but I got $18 owed to me, and if I can lay my hands on it, it's yours.
You're a pal, Norton. Who owes you?
You do.
Big help you are. I gotta get some extra work besides driving that bus. Look at the paper. See if there's any jobs, any employment. I can't start too soon to provide a future for that kid.
Hey, Ralph, here's one right on top. Man between 30 and 40 in good health, college graduate, minimum of 5 years experience in chemical engineering for a well-paying job in South America.
I can't take that. I don't want to travel at a time like this. Let me have that paper. Hey, here's something. Man wanted to sell vacuum cleaners.
Nah, that ain't for you. You haven't got any vacuum cleaners.
Hey, Norton, here it is. Santa Claus and helper wanted. Hours 6 to 9:30 p.m. Apply Bellman Hotel, room 609. This job is perfect. The hours and everything.
Hey, that sounds all right. Too bad you haven't got a helper, huh?
But I have got a helper. You.
Me?
Why,
I want the extra job for. I didn't find any baby booties in my apartment.
You need the extra money, don't you?
No, what do I want the extra money for?
Well, a fine guy you are. Aren't you even going to buy the kid a gift?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't figure that. Yeah.
Okay,
now
now
you
look.
count on me.
On my way to work tomorrow morning, I'll stop off at this Bellman Hotel and find out if we can get the job. If we get it, I'll call you noontime during my lunch hour.
Okay.
You sweet kid, Dada.
10 baby fingers. 10 baby toes. What's the matter?
Will you get rid of that tuna fish? These cats attack me.
Who's there?
It's me, Lefty. Open up. Oh, Rocky. Anybody answer our ad yet?
Yeah, a couple of guys, but they just don't look right to me.
Oh, now, look, Rocky, I don't believe the whole idea. We'll never get away with it. Look, it isn't smart for us to get a stranger to handle our bets for us.
You got no imagination, Lefty. That's what makes it such a sweet setup. The cops would never suspect the Santa Claus of taking bets.
Well, maybe you're right, but look, why can't I play Santa Claus?
Well, you ain't exactly the Santa Claus type, Lefty.
No.
The cops would know you. You've been picked up too many times already on bookie charges. They'd even recognize you with a beard. We gotta get a stranger.
But look...
Now, look, don't worry about it. It can't fail. Now, listen, Lefty. At this time of the year, there are thousands of guys around ringing bells on street corners. Now, the most natural thing in the world is for people to come by and drop money in the pots. The only difference is the people who drop the money in our pots will also drop the slips for the bets.
Yeah, but I don't get the idea of Santa Claus's helper being dressed as an elf.
Well, you see, with so many Santa Clauses around, the people who want to make the bets may choose the wrong one. Our elf will let them know which one is ours.
Well, all I can say is these guys have got to be pretty stupid.
I tell you, it can't... Get that, Lefty. I'll hold it just a minute.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Are you the gentleman that's looking for a Santa Claus?
Yes, sir. Come in. Yes, sir. You want to talk to Mr. Smith.
You just come over here and I'll take care of you.
I hope the job hasn't been taken yet.
Well, we're considering a few applications.
Well, I sure know how to do Santa Claus pretty good. I've been practicing all night.
Merry Christmas to a one and all!
Well, that's pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, he's the best yet in the ho department. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Do I get the job?
Well, I don't know. We have to be pretty careful who we hire.
Well, I know all about Santa Claus. If you want to ask me anything, go ahead and ask me something.
Yeah, but now, look, that's not exactly the point. Now, what we would like to know...
Well, what he means is what we want to... Can you name Santa Claus's reindeers?
I think I can. They're in a poem. My wife sleeps with the window open. Let's see now. Was the night before Christmas, and all through the house... Wait a minute, it's on the other end of the poem.
Now,
Near the end.
Look, now, you can forget it, pal.
No, that's all right, I'll get it. Santa Claus went up the chimney with a dash, jumped in the sleigh, and went off with a flash. There was Darwin, on Prancer, on Dancer, on... Santa Claus went up the chimney with a dash, jumped into the reindeer and away with a flash. There was Darwin, on Prancer, on Dancer.
Come on, Dancer, come on.
That poem always excites Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith? I thought you were Mr. Smith.
Well, we're both Mr. Smith. Isn't that right, Mr. Smith?
Oh, yeah, that's right, Mr. Smith.
Gee, I'm sorry I only got 3 of the reindeer.
Well, don't worry about it, Mr.
Ralph Cramden.
Don't worry, Mr. Cramden. You are the Santa Claus for us.
Oh, boy, that's great. Gee, thank you very, very much. When do I start?
You start as soon as we find you a helper.
Oh, I meant to mention this, but I think I got a guy to be my helper.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine.
You got a friend? What is your friend like?
Well, he's a very hard worker, and he's very honest. He lives right where I live. Except I think I should tell you this in all fairness. He's not as smart as I am.
He's not as smart as you are.
No, sir.
He's hired.
Boy, this is great. When do I start?
Now, I'll explain what you have to do. You see, Mr. Smith and me, we're heading a charity organization. Now, you as Santa Claus and your helper as the elf will stand on the corner of 8th and Montgomery Streets. You just stand there, ringing a bell, and people will come by and drop money in the pot and slips of paper.
Slips of paper?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you see, the people who contribute to our charity, they like to write down how much they give, what they want to buy with the money, and who they want the gift sent to.
Gee, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, we got things. Boy, we picked ourselves a perfect Santa Claus.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see the elf.
At 6 o'clock we do this?
Yes, sir. No, that's right, at 6 o'clock.
You know, I hate to ask this being such a fine charitable organization and everything, but what sort of salary do I get?
$10.
How many nights?
That's $10 an hour.
An hour?
All right. We'll give you $12 an hour, but not a penny more. Don't forget, this is charity.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it all right.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you very much.
You'll do a fine job, too.
Oh, I will.
Now, Mr. Smith, will you please get Mr. Cramden's equipment?
Glad to, sir.
Now, you and your helper will be there on that corner at 6:30, and Mr. Smith and me will come there at 9:30 to pick up the receipts.
Oh, I don't have to come back here. You'll be there at 9:30.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There you are, sir.
Well, thank you very much.
Help Mr. Cramden with the door.
It's all right. Good luck.
Merry Christmas to one and all! We sure picked ourselves a beaut.
Yeah, we sure did. And you know something? When Easter comes, we can use him as a bunny.
Mr. Smith, I got it. Up the chimney with a dash, in the sleigh with a flash, and away on Dobbin. Rancid. I'll get it. I'll have it, Binary.
Are you the Santa Claus with the elf?
Yeah, he'll be along in a minute.
Where you been? We've been waiting here 15 minutes.
Oh, Merry Christmas to one and all! Don, where are you?
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. 3 kids stopped me for their autograph. They thought I was Space Hop.
We can't afford to be late. I already took an $18. We haven't even opened up the store yet. Take a look at that.
Ba-ba-boom. Looks like the other end of the hotline.
Yeah. Well, we're in business.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, Merry Christmas.
Wait a minute. You're not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do that. I'm Santa Claus.
What am I supposed to do?
You're an elf.
What does an elf do?
Don't ask me. You're the elf.
Merry Christmas! It's the pot of
Well, the dollar's going down every day.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Well, there's a guy who wants to keep his charity a real secret.
How you like that? Didn't even want us to know. Hey, he put in $10. Hey, what do you say we look and see what's on the slip, see what he's buying?
Can't be any harm. Go ahead.
Rocking chair.
Must be getting one for some little old lady. What's her name?
Knuckles Grogan.
Must be a nickname or something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we could drum up some more business if we sang a Christmas carol.
Hey, that's a good idea.
You know any?
Yeah, I know one.
Go ahead.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Out of their shiny nose.
Wait a minute. That isn't a Christmas carol. A Christmas carol is an old song.
Well, I know plenty of them. I know one. I can give you one. After the ball is over, I'll be dancing with you all night, my dear.
I'll never take another drink as long as I live. Now, that's the spirit not to show around Christmas time.
Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho! Keep the... Merry Christmas!
Now, just a minute, Grandma. We're doing pretty good here, Grandma. And we don't need your $2. Here, you have a good Christmas.
You keep your advice to yourself. I want rocking chair for $2.
How about that?
I was just thinking, you know, If that old lady's name happens to be Knuckles Grogan, she's going to wind up with 2 rocking chairs.
Merry Christmas to one and all!
Happy Yuletide!
Well, hello, little boy.
Santa Claus, may I ask you a question?
You certainly may.
If my little boy doesn't go to bed as soon as he gets home, won't you put coal in his stocking on Christmas?
I certainly will.
You will?
I will. Ho, 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 ho. Ow! Boy, I'd like to run into that little brat when I'm out of uniform.
Hey, Ralph, start up for the ho-hos. Here comes another customer.
Merry Christmas!
Happy Yuletide.
Thank you. Thank you.
I better have some luck. That's my last $2.
Your last $2 and you're putting it in there? You'll get that back many-fold.
I should. It's 20 to 1.
How do you mean it's 6:30?
See that, Norton? That man's last $2. And he put it in for a charitable organization. He might have used that $2 for many things.
You're right. He should have used it to get his watch fixed.
That's the real Christmas spirit.
Merry Christmas to one and all! Ho, ho, ho! To all!
Well, Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry Christmas, officer.
Well, what are you supposed to be, huh?
I'm Santa's little helper.
Tell me, boys, how's it going, huh?
Oh, it's been going great. Everybody's giving and giving.
Fine, fine. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I got to move along now.
All right, officer. Merry Christmas.
Here's a little something for your pot, huh?
Oh.
Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, officer, wait a minute. You forgot to put in your slip. You slip like everybody else.
I forgot to put in my slip?
Yeah. Put your slip in with the name on it.
Wait a minute. Let me take a look at these slips, huh? Rocking chair, $5. Sea serpent, $2.
Sea serpent?
Cosmic ray, $6. Delegate, $4. Hey, wait a minute. These are the names of the horses that are running tomorrow in Florida. Well, I was wondering where those bookies were hanging out.
Bookies?
You don't have to act so surprised. This is the sneakiest, crummiest scheme I ever heard of. Dressing up like Santa Claus to take bets on the horses.
Taking bets on horses?
Well, what do you got to say?
I don't know from nothing. I'm an elf.
Now, let's knock it off. Lift this stuff up and let's get going. You're both under arrest.
Under arrest?
Come on, let's move. Move along.
Shut up! I never want to talk to you again. You have to say to the cop, "Where's your slip? Put it in the pot."
All right, you. Get going. Get going.
Lock me up! They're all over the place! Hey, officer.
Yeah?
Did you call my wife for me?
Yeah, she's on her way down.
Thank you.
Hey, listen. I got one phone call coming to me, all right?
Yeah, that's right.
Will you make it for me?
Okay, who do you want me to call, your wife or your lawyer?
Neither one. Listen, call the Acme bowling place, see? And tell my bowling team to stop bowling without me.
See, Norton? We're in an awful lot of trouble. Here I am, arrested for bookmaking. Maybe I'll go to prison. My wife having a baby, I could cry.
Now, wait a minute. Let's not look at the dark side of things. Now, sit down over there. I'll read the newspaper to you. Take your mind off things. Getting such a stew. Mayor cracks down on bookies, urges...
Will you shut up? You don't understand how serious this is. Here I am, arrested for bookmaking. They're going to send me to prison. When I do get out of prison, I won't be able to get my bus driver job back. That's all I've done all my life is drive a bus. I don't know anything else. What other kind of a job could I get?
Well, you've had a little experience of bookmaking. Maybe you can...
Will you shut up? Here's my kid coming into the world, just arriving already. He's got a jailbird for a father. I'll have to disguise myself and change my name. He can't know about this.
Listen, if they let you keep the Santa Claus outfit, you got nothing to worry about. Disguise?
Just leave me alone. Gosh, this is awful.
Just awful. What is this?
All right, boys, here's your chow.
Chow?
Yeah.
Look, officer, we're innocent. Honestly, we're innocent. Do we look like a couple of crooks?
You guys look more like me to a couple of nuts.
Come on, Ralph.
They'll never believe us. They'll never believe us.
Come on, sit down. Don't let the thing upset you. Come on, a good hot meal to take your mind off it. Sit down.
Well, maybe you're right. That's the last straw! Tuna fish!
Ready to talk?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
All right, Cramden, start talking.
What do you want me to say?
The facts, Ralph, just the facts.
Will you shut up? Look, I swear everything I told you is the truth.
You don't expect us to believe that Smith and Smith story.
But it's the truth, honest. I've never done anything crooked in my life. Honest, I haven't. And especially I wouldn't do anything crooked now when my wife's having a baby.
Well, your wife's having a baby?
Yes, my wife's having a baby.
Oh, gee, Mac, I'm sorry to see you in trouble at a time like this, but how can I believe that story of yours is true?
Well, please believe me, it's true. Honestly, I'm telling you the truth.
Chief, Cramden's wife's outside.
Alice is here. Will you let her come in, Chief?
Okay, bring her in.
Hey, you know, Ralph, Trixie to come down to see me, but tonight's a canasta night.
Alice.
What happened? How'd you get into this mess?
Look, Alice, I wanted to make some extra dough. I got a job as Santa Claus. You know, just so I'd have some money when the baby came.
Baby? What baby?
You're having a baby, aren't you?
No, I'm not having any baby.
Yes, you are having a baby!
Every word of your story was the truth, eh, Cramden?
Alice, thought you having a baby?
No.
What am I doing in this outfit, then?
Cramden, any guy that would lie about his wife having a baby would lie about anything. You're going to rot in this jail until you tell us who Smith and Smith really are. Come on, Mrs. Cramden, let's get out of here.
Bye.
You think we're in trouble?
Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. This is it. This is the end of life for me. I worked and slaved 13 years driving that bus. What have I got to show for it? A jail record. A jail bill. And my wife, who's having a baby, says she's not having a baby. Now we're in real trouble.
You think we're in real trouble? How about Smith and Smith?
What about Smith and Smith?
In 15 minutes, they'll be on the corner of 8th and Montgomery waiting to pick up the money from us, and we won't be there to give it to them.
Big deal. They'll be waiting. They'll be waiting. That's right. Hey, Chief!
You guys. Happy you keep the pot boiling.
Never mind that. We're in trouble. They were supposed to be here at 9:30. Already it's 9:45, and there's no sign of them.
Oh, so what? This job pays $12 an hour. It's not too bad. You think we could get hurt around here, Ralph?
How can we get hurt? The chief and the cops are waiting across the street in the doorway. As soon as they walk, boom, they come running out and grab them.
Oh. Merry Christmas to one and all. Happy Yuletide.
Happy Yuletide.
Keep the pot boiling.
Where are those guys?
Well. Santa Claus and his little helpers. How's the money coming, boys? Lots of money and lots of slips?
That's Smith and Smith.
Come on, boys. Smith and Smith, huh? Okay, we'll send you away for a long time. Let's take them away, boys. Take this along for evidence.
Wow.
Well, Mrs. Cramden, boys, well, I guess this clears both of you now.
Thank you very much.
I want to wish you both a very Merry Christmas. It sure looked bad for you there for a while. Goodbye.
Merry Christmas, Chief.
Oh, I'm so worried about you, Ralph.
You're worried about me. You and your baby. Well, come on.
Let's go get the bus and go home.
Just like the bus won't be along for another hour or so. Fine Christmas I always spend.
Merry Christmas.
Wait a minute. What are you...
All right, you. Let me see your license.
I ain't got no license.
No license, huh? Dressed up like Santa Claus and soliciting money without a license? You're under arrest.
So I am.
Wilson, here's a picture of Ralph when he graduated from public school.
Let's see. Oh, this is fine, Mrs. Cramden. This is exactly the thing we're looking for.
Oh, good.
Hi, Alice. Hi, Oh, I didn't know you had company.
Oh, that's all right. This is Mr. Wilson. This is Trixie from upstairs.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Trixie, wait till you hear the news. I got the most exciting thing to tell you.
What?
Ralph is going to be on This Is Your Life.
Ralph's going to be on what?
On This Is Your Life. Mr. Wilson here is with the television program. See, they wanted to do the life story of a typical New York bus driver. So Ralph's boss suggested Ralph. Then Mr. Wilson took me out to lunch to explain the whole thing.
Will Ralph be surprised?
Yes, well, you see, surprise is the most important element on our show. Now, remember, Mrs. Cramden, Ralph mustn't know anything about this. If he so much as hears a word before showtime, I'm afraid it'll disqualify him from the program.
Oh, well, don't worry about that. I'll make sure that he doesn't find out.
Oh, then you better not tell my Ed. You know the way he keeps a secret.
Yeah.
Well, I better go now. I don't want to be here when your husband gets home. Oh, by the way, here are your plane tickets to California.
Oh,
California. Mr. Wilson, maybe sometime you'd be interested in using my husband. You know, the life of a typical New York sewer worker.
Yes, well, I suggest you try What's My Line.
If I'm supposed to keep this a secret from my husband, how am I ever going to get him to go to California?
Oh, don't you worry about that. That's all taken care of. When the time comes, Ralph's boss will send him to California, but Ralph will think it's on business, you see.
Oh, I see.
Now, can you have lunch with me again tomorrow?
Oh, certainly. The same place?
No, I have to be downtown close to the office tomorrow. Wait a minute. You like Italian food?
Uh-huh.
I know another wonderful Italian restaurant called Pietro's and Colucci's.
Pietro and...
Yeah, oh, here. Let me put it down in this envelope.
All right.
Pietro and Colucci's Grotto.
Uh-huh.
139 Bank Street, 1 p.m.
All right.
There
Wonderful. Thanks ever so much.
I suggest you put those tickets where your husband won't see them.
Don't worry, I will. Here's your coat, Mr. Wilson.
Well, thank you very much.
Here you go.
Goodbye. Nice to have met you.
Nice to have met you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, gee, Alice, you sure are lucky going to California.
Yeah, but Trixie, the plane trip isn't the only thing. Have you any idea what wonderful prizes that program gives away? You get a movie camera, a projector, a car, jewelry, just about everything. And the beautiful part about it is that you don't have to answer any questions to get them.
Gee, the things they give away today on television just for being alive.
Yeah. Listen, Trixie, by the way, do you remember those pictures that you took of Ralph and me when we were in Atlantic City that time on vacation?
Oh, yeah, sure. What about them?
Well, Mr. Wilson wants me to get as many pictures of Ralph as I can to use on the program.
Oh, well, I'll go up and hunt for them, and I'll let you know.
Okay, wonderful.
I beg your pardon, my fair damsel.
Vic, I want to tell you something. That was the best lunch you ever packed for me. I mean, it was a sensation, really. It's the most I ever had. No kidding, Alice. Pound of liverwurst, half a salami, 2 quarts of milk, loaf of bread, 4 oranges, half a dozen tomatoes. I mean, it was really sensational.
Oh, you dope. You left your lunch on the table and took the bag of groceries.
All the same, it was very good. I got one complaint, though. Those cookies, very stale.
What cookies?
Those little round ones.
Those were Brillo pads. Oh, you didn't eat them, did you?
Worse than that. I give them to my foreman for his lunch. If he ever tries to bite into them, I'll get transferred to a sewer in Staten Island.
Well, I'm going upstairs. You coming?
No. I'm going to stay down here. I got to see Ralph.
Oh, listen, Alice, if I find that stuff, I'll let you know.
Okay, Trix.
See you later.
Listen, Ed, if you don't mind, I've been so busy today that I haven't had a chance to make the beds. Will you excuse me?
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Just make believe I'm not even here. Ralph,
If you want an apple, there's some in the icebox.
don't mind if I do. Thanks. What's that, Ralph?
Hiya, Norton.
What's the matter with you, pal?
Where's Alice?
In the bedroom. What's the matter?
What's the matter? I'll tell you what's the matter.
The day the world came to an end for me. I'm driving my bus. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I stop for a red light. I look out the window as I usually do. I see Alice coming out of an Italian restaurant with another guy.
You see Alice coming out of an Italian restaurant with another guy?
That's right.
Boy, that Italian food is very heavy for lunch.
What's the matter with you? Are you out of your mind? Do you know what this means? Somebody's trying to steal my wife.
Well, did you see the guy? Did you get a look at him?
I couldn't get a look at his kisser. As soon as they walked out of the restaurant, they jumped into the cab and went away. Boy, I just can't believe it, Norton. I can't believe it. 14 years. I fractured myself driving that bus just to take care of her. And what happens? I see her get into a cab with another guy and drive off. That's loyalty for you.
I mean, the least you could have done is take a bus.
What's the matter with you? Don't you understand? My wife, Alice, my home is breaking up. Somebody's stealing my wife.
Hey, look, will you calm down? Don't get it so excited. You didn't even see the guy. Could have been anybody. Could have been a cousin or a brother, maybe.
Hey, wait a minute. Do you really think that's what it was?
Certainly it could be. It's possible. Why don't you call her out here now? Just act natural like. You'll see it was probably nothing at all. Go ahead.
Boy, what a clam I am. Certainly that's it. She'd probably come out here and tell me she met her brother downtown. She had lunch with him. Hey, Alice. Coming out?
I'll be right out, dear.
Okay, sweetie. What a jealous bum I am.
Hi, Ralph.
Oh,
I didn't
hi,
hear
Alice.
you come in.
Well, what happened to you today? Anything interesting?
No, why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. It's just on the way home from work. I was thinking. I always come home and I tell you what happened to me all day. I never ask you what happened to you. Exactly what did happen to you today.
Well, after you left, I had a second cup of coffee, and then I washed up the breakfast dishes, and then I ironed some of your shirts, and by that time, I guess it was about 11 o'clock, so I went down, did some marketing, and then I came back up here.
Oh. Well, I guess that was about time for lunch then. What'd you have for lunch?
Lunch? Well, I made some lunch out of the leftovers of the meatloaf that we had last night for dinner. Then after I finished my lunch, I read a book.
You read a book, huh? You read a book.
Uh-huh. Alice. Oh, hello, Ralph. Hey, you want to come upstairs? I found that stuff you wanted to see.
Oh, okay. What stuff?
Oh, it's nothing, Ralph. It's just some old recipes.
What is it? Some old recipes for Italian cooking? Well, you heard it, no? You heard it with your own ears. She had meatloaf.
Yeah. How she can eat that heavy Italian food on top of meatloaf, I'll never know.
She didn't have meatloaf! She's lying. She's lying to me. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You don't know what a shock this is. After being married to a woman for 14 years to find out that she's going with another guy? I can remember just as if it were yesterday when we were married. She promised to love me for the rest of my life. There's a laugh. Love me for the rest of my life. I'm just a mope living in a fool's paradise. I can see it all now. She never loved me. Just married me for the conveniences I could give her.
All women are beasts.
She wants that guy? Okay, she can have that guy. She wants her freedom, she can have her freedom. There's other girls in this world, and a lot of them be nuts to have me. Go ahead, let her have the other guy.
That's the spirit, Ralph.
I gotta get her back. I'll be a changed man. I'll do anything for her. I'll come home. I'll compliment her on her cooking. I'll do the housework with her. I'll give her more spending money. I'll even be nice to her mother. I'll go on a diet.
Good boy, Ralph.
You know what else I'm going to do? Starting tomorrow, I'm going to serve her breakfast in bed. I'm going to treat her like a queen. And the next time she starts going around with some strange guy, that strange guy will be me.
Good boy, good boy.
Boy, imagine me getting upset. Maybe she just had lunch with the guy, you know. She's lonesome. There's nothing wrong in having lunch.
Hey, you got a match?
No, maybe there's some over on the stove. See how you can get yourself stained up? Wife goes out and has lunch. So she had lunch. She can't love this guy. I know she's nuts about me.
Hey.
What?
Empty. No matches.
Oh. Maybe she's got one in her bag. You know, shows you what jealousy can do to a guy.
Oh, you going on a trip?
No, why?
2 airplane tickets here to California.
Yeah? That does it. Do you know what this means? She's running away with this bum to California.
You better start going on your diet right away.
Wait a minute. There's something written on this envelope. Pietro and Colucci's Grotto, 139 Bank Street, 1 o'clock. She's meeting that guy for lunch tomorrow again, huh? Probably to make plans for their trip to California.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to see that guy. And when I do, I'll mobilize him.
Waiter. Yes, sir. Check, please.
Certainly was a wonderful meal, Mr. Wilson.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mrs. Crampton. Here you are. Keep the change.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry I've got to rush out on you like this, but I do have an appointment.
Oh, that's quite all right.
You having any trouble keeping this a secret from Ralph?
No, I'm sure he doesn't suspect a thing.
Oh, that's fine.
She's in that booth with that guy.
Did you get a good look at him?
I can't see him. His back is to me.
His back is to you? Now's a good time to jump him.
Don't be stupid.
Check your coats, gentlemen.
Huh? Oh,
Your
yeah.
coats.
Yeah. Now, look. I don't want to start anything. Till I know exactly what they're doing. Now, we'll sneak into this booth and we'll listen to what they have to say.
Good idea.
Take it easy. I don't want them to know.
Can you hear anything yet?
Just shut up. How can I hear what you talking? You stop that! Keep quiet. I'm not hungry.
Come on, Ralph. Eat. You'll need your strength.
Let me have a large cacciatore and let me have some linguine with facciamata sauce.
Let me order that there antipasto, bowl of minestrone, spaghetti and meatballs, and anchovy pizza.
How can you eat like that when I'm in this trouble?
Why, it's lunchtime, ain't it?
Just shut up.
Would you like a drink, darling? Angelo.
Yes, sir.
2 cocktails, please. The usual.
Very good.
Now, darling, I don't want you to drink more than 1. Remember what happened yesterday.
Did you hear that? They were drinking yesterday and something happened. No wonder I'm getting those crazy suppers. Every time she cooks them, she's loaded. Shh, keep quiet, will you, Mac?
Come on. Can I have your hat, please?
Huh?
Your hat, please.
No, it's my hat. I'll keep it.
Come on, Ralph. Dig in, boy. Dig in. Ralph, dig in. Eat.
Not hungry.
Listen, she's drinking. You're not going to get a very good supper tonight either. Eat.
Boy, am I glad I brought you along.
Just think, darling. Pretty soon I won't be meeting you just for lunch. We'll be together all the time.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I swear I mean every word of it. Every word of it. After we're married, I'm going to give you all the things you've had to do without.
After they're married, I'll mobilize. I'll mobilize.
Great antipasto.
I'm going to kill this guy. I'm going
You
to
know what
kill
I'm
him.
going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call the office right now and tell them I'm not coming back this afternoon. And then you and I can spend the rest of the day together.
I'm getting him now.
I'll be right back.
All right, Pally.
Yes? What do you want?
What do I want? I'll show you what I want.
Get up!
I got some more for you. Shut up, you! Where's Alice? If it's a guy in the neighborhood, we gotta find some place that the neighborhood congregates. Where do they congregate? In the pool room. Right. Now we gotta play detectives. We go into the pool room, see? And we look for clues. We got a couple of clues. We know that this guy likes Italian food. He had it 2 days in a row. We know he's going to fly to California. All I have to do is question a couple of guys and find out who likes Italian food and who's going to California.
Then you belt him.
I do not belt him. See, as soon as I find out who it is, it's a cinch for me to win Alice back. They're all. What could this guy have that I ain't got?
Your wife and your overcoat at the front.
Here comes the bus, Norton, and I wish you were in front of it.
Hi, Nick.
Hello, Phil.
Hey, Nick, I got a flash for you, but you got to promise to keep quiet.
Okay, so I promise.
You know that television program called This Is Your Life?
Yeah?
Well, in a couple of weeks, they're going to do Ralph Cramden's life.
Ralph Cramden?
Yeah, and I'm going to be on the show, too. I'm getting a free trip to California.
How did you get in on it?
Well, I was the one that introduced Ralph to his wife, Alice.
Boy, you get all the breaks.
Yeah. And remember, don't say anything about this.
Don't worry.
By the way, have you seen Puggy around?
Yeah, he's in the back playing on table 9.
Boy, wait till he hears about this.
Right. Coming.
Here we are.
Hey, a couple of guys down there. You want to ask them?
I certainly do not. I gotta play this real cute. Now, look, we'll start playing on this table. It's right near the door. Now, whoever comes in has to pass here. Whoever goes out has to pass here.
That's right.
I'll strike up a conversation, you know, gradually slip into the questions, and nab the guilty party.
Then you're going to belt him.
I told you I am not gonna belt him. That's one of the reasons I didn't tell Alice anything about this. Don't you understand? If I catch one of them, then they'll deny it. They'll sneak out of it. But if I catch the two of them at it, I got them. You see, I got a plan. As soon as I find out who the guilty party is, I'm going to invite him up to the house, see? And then I'm going to leave him and Alice alone, like I got to go someplace. Then I barge in, and when they're holding hands and laughing at what a big sucker I am, I nab them.
Yeah, well, you sure are.
Come on, let's get a cue and start playing.
Yeah, okay.
Time! You break.
Hey, all right, what do you say we play for nickel ball?
I can't play for money at a time like this. My mind is all upset.
Well, let's make it 10 cents a ball. Want me to back him up?
Go ahead. Ordinarily, that would be a scratch.
You didn't hear me. I said fins.
Don't make love to it. Hit it.
That's the way I played it.
ahead, you go. You got 3 balls in the first shot.
7 here the hard way.
Put one of the balls up, please. You know, I haven't played in a long time, so I might not be, too good. Give me the cue ball.
Where is it?
It went down the subway. They call this an ivory. 7.
Where?
Where? Where?
6 holes in the table.
It's hanging on a corner. Where? Would you mind moving away from the pocket? And no horns either. In the side.
Hey. Here comes one guy. Why don't you ask him?
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll stay out of this. Let me handle it.
Okay.
Gotta go into this thing gradual. Hi, pal.
Where?
You going to California?
What did you say?
I said, are you going to California?
California? I should say not. That's where my wife is.
Well, that's one down.
Go ahead.
Hey, what? Not on there.
Hey, you. Come here.
You want to talk to me?
Never mind.
Well, that's 3 down.
What do you mean, 3 down?
That guy counts for 2, don't he?
Not a guy there.
Couldn't be a big guy like that. Don't be silly. Go ahead and shoot the ball.
Listen, you yourself said it could be anybody. Now ask him.
I don't think it's him.
There's only one way of finding. Hey, you, come over here.
What do you want, punk?
This guy wants to ask you a question.
What is it?
You like Italian food?
I love it.
Go on, Ralph. Maybe that's the guy.
You do much traveling?
Yeah, I sure do.
Going to California?
I have to. I wrestle all over the country.
Getting warm, Ralph. Getting warm.
Well, thank you very much. Very,
and
very
they
nice.
say wrestlers are punchy.
There's a guy don't walk on his heels. He walks on the back of his knees.
Hey!
Pal, I didn't know you were in here.
Oh, shut a little fool, the boys.
Want to play a game with us?
Why not? Sure.
All right, get a cue.
Right.
You gonna ask him, Ralph?
Certainly not. He's one of my best friends. Ask him. He introduced me to Alice. He was the best man at the wedding. Ask him. Look, I'll tell you, we'll clear the table off and then you can join us.
Sure.
Go ahead. Oh, is it my shot or yours?
I think it's yours.
All right.
Hey, Puggy, you leaving so soon? Yeah. Say, Phil, if I don't see you before you go, happy landing in California.
Puggy, I want you to meet Ralph Cramden.
Hi, Cramden. Well, so long.
Hey, Phil. Huh? Did I hear him mention that you were going to California?
Well, yeah, but, oh, forget about that. Go on and shoot. Finish your game.
Yeah. When we finished playing, Norton and I were thinking about going out for an Italian dinner. Would you care to join us?
Sorry, Ralph. No Italian food for me.
Oh, you don't like Italian food, huh?
Oh, I love it. But I had it for lunch yesterday and today.
Hey, Ralph.
Hi, Norton. Where's Alice? She's in the bedroom getting dressed for Phil.
What happened when you told her that you invited him over?
What happened? I said to her, Alice, I invited a friend over for the evening. She says, is that so? I says, yeah. Do you know who it is? She says, I haven't the faintest idea.
She's guilty, all right.
Then I said to her, well, I'll tell you who it is. It's Phil Quacko. That's who it is. And he's going to be here any minute. She says he's coming here any minute. Look at how I look. I better go in and get dressed.
What a spot for dum-dum-dum.
Look, I need your help in this. You see, when Phil gets up here, I gotta make some excuse to get out of here so I can leave them alone. Then come in and catch him, see?
Yeah?
Now that's where you come in. At some time after Phil's been here for a couple of minutes or so, I'll walk to the window, open it up, and say, oh, what a lovely night it is out. Now you'll hear that from upstairs, and you come right down. You say you just got a telephone call from your sister, and she had an automobile accident on the other side of the tunnel in Jersey. Yeah. And you want me to go with you and help her out.
Oh. Wait a minute. I think I got a better idea.
What?
Why don't you just go up to the roof, climb down a fire escape, stop here at the window and watch?
But I can't hear anything with the window shut.
You don't have to hear. All you got to do is see.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe I'll do that. All right, you better get out of here before Phil comes. Now, remember, when I say, oh, what a wonderful night it is, you come right down.
Come right, okay. Hey, listen, if you catch him fast, how about the two of us going bowling later?
Get out of here!
Hey, hiya, Ralph.
Oh, hiya, Phil. Where's Alice? Pretty anxious to see her, aren't you?
You bet I am.
All dressed up and everything?
Uh-huh.
She's inside getting dressed. Good. I'll call her. Alice, Phyllis here. Boy, you got out here awful quick. You never come out that fast for me.
Hiya, Phil.
Hi, Alice. Glad to see you.
Good to see you.
What kind of a hello is that? You know Phil a little better than that. He introduced us. He's best man at the wedding. Why don't you give him a little kiss?
A kiss?
Yeah, go ahead. Give him a little kiss for old time's sake.
Oh, it's all right with me. Oh, Ralph, you sure got yourself some wife. It's a shame there aren't more Alices to go around.
This one gets around pretty good.
I'm kind of sorry I introduced you to Ralph. I should have saved you for myself.
My, what a wonderful night it is!
What's the matter with you?
There's nothing the matter with me. I just think it's a wonderful night out, that's all. Why don't we all sit down and be comfortable?
All right.
Hi. Wait a minute. Don't sit over there. Sit here. It's more comfortable.
It looks the same to me.
Well, it might look the same to you, but this chair's broken in a little better.
Okay.
Sit over here. You know, there's something I could never make out about you.
What's that?
Handsome guy, got a good job, but you never got married. Wonder why.
Well, don't worry, Ralph. One of these days I'm liable to surprise you.
It's a wonderful night out!
What's the matter with you?
There's nothing the matter with me. I just think it's nice out, that's all. What are you doing here?
Pardon me. I mean, I hate to break in here. You got company and everything like that, but, Ralph, I'm in a little trouble.
Yeah? What is it? What is it?
I got a telephone call from my sister, and she's had an accident in the automobile on the other end of the tunnel over in Jersey, and she's stuck, and I thought maybe you'd come along and help me out.
I'd be glad to. I'll go right with you.
Well, gee, that's a shame, Ed. Was the baby with her?
How should I know? Ask Ralph.
I know if the baby's with her. Oh, gee, I'm sorry to have to run off like this to take care of his sister and everything.
Why don't I go with you, fixing cars?
No, I wouldn't think of it, pal. You stay right here. You keep Alice company. I ought to be gone for at least an hour. At least an hour. At least an hour.
Well, how about a cup of coffee, Ed?
Fine. I always talk better over a cup of coffee.
Good. I can make it in an instant.
Got my keys. Least an
Hey, gee, maybe if I can catch Ralph, I'll tell him to bring some ice cream back with him, okay? Ralph, what are you doing?
I got a loose heel. Trying to pound it in.
Well, listen, just remember to bring some ice cream back with you, okay?
I'll bring it back. Least an hour.
Alice, don't you think Phil is acting kind of strange? You don't think he has any idea about being on This Is Your Life?
Oh, no, I don't think so. And if you spent as much time with Ralph as I do, you wouldn't think he's acting strange.
Oh, by the way, I didn't get a chance to thank you for telling the producer of the show about me. Boy, am I going to have a time in California.
Oh, that's quite all right. Ooh, this kettle, I meant to have it fixed. After all, since you introduced me to Ralph, the producer figured you were the logical person to have on the show.
Thanks anyway, Alice. I sure appreciate it.
Here, you sit down there.
Okay.
Oh, listen, Phil, you know, this morning I was going through an old album.
Yeah?
And I was trying to find pictures of Ralph, you know, for the program.
Yeah.
And I came across 3 of the funniest pictures you've ever seen in your life of you and Ralph and me at the beach.
Yeah?
You want to take a look at
Well,
them?
sure, it'd be a kick.
Okay, I'll get them. Wait
Good.
a sec. There's one in here that'll kill you. Let's see this. Here, we'll move your coffee.
Yeah.
Look, here's one of the 3 of us at the beach.
Get a load of those bathing suits with you.
Yeah. There's one in the back here of the whole gang of us, you know, but it's a little faded. I don't know if you can make out the different faces there.
Oh, where's Ralph?
Well, there he is, right next to Joe Dugan.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look at this one of you in the bathing suit. You were a pretty plump kid in those days.
Ah, cut it out, Phil. Listen, there's one in the back here. But it's really going to flip you right here. Alice, Mr. Wilson's upstairs. Oh, that's all right. This is Phil Quacko. He's going to be on This Is Your Life, too.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Well, Mr. Wilson wanted to make sure Ralph wasn't at home, because he's got to come down and have you sign, what do you call them, releases?
Yeah.
And he's got to send them right off to California. Oh, that's all right. Tell him to come right down.
Look,
okay.
I better be going, Alice, huh?
Oh, gee, do you have to go, Phil?
Yeah, I think so. You and this man probably have some personal things to talk over. I'll see you before we go to California, huh? Bye,
Okay.
Alice.
Bye. Mr. Wilson, I'll come right
Hello,
in.
Mrs. Crampton. I won't take up much of your time.
All
I just have a
right.
few papers I want you to sign.
Sure, I'll be very glad.
Get up! Get up! Go on, get up! Get up and I'll sweat!
Ralph, have you...
Wait a minute. That ain't Phil. So, there's 2 of them.
Ralph, what's the matter with you? You
Don't ask me what's the matter with me. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with me?
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
I can't tell you, Ralph. It'll spoil everything.
You can't tell me? All right, you put them up. Come on.
Now, listen, Ralph.
Either you tell me what's going on here or I fracture him again.
All right, I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
This man here happens to be Mr. Wilson from the television program This Is Your Life. And they're going to do your life on the program.
Gonna do my life?
No, the way things turned out, you can't be on the show.
Can't?
No, you can't. Now that you know you're going to be on the show, it's impossible for you to be on the show.
Mrs. Crampton, I'll have to telephone everybody we contacted. And good night to you.
Well, there it goes, Ralph. Trip to California, car, camera, projector, jewelry. 50 million people watching us on television. And all because you wouldn't trust me.
Sorry, honey. Boy. Sure bollocks things up, don't I? I'm sorry about this, sweetie. I'm not sorry because we lost the dough, lost the car, all the people watching us. Sorry, because I didn't trust you. Gee, I know that you love me. You wouldn't do anything wrong. But I love you so much that whenever I think of you, you know, even looking at another guy, just go nuts.
Brown. It's all right. It's not every wife, you know, that has a husband who's still jealous of her after 14 years.
Baby, you're the greatest.
The game.
Man, you know this isn't going to do my diet any good, but I'm just callous. I can't resist some of these sandwiches.
Oh, well, thanks for the compliment, Gladys. I didn't make them, you know. Trixie did.
Oh, they're delicious, Trixie. What's in them?
Well, let me see. There's cream cheese, diced carrots, beet juice, parsley, ham, even a little egg salad.
Where'd you get that recipe?
Oh, it isn't a recipe. I just cleaned out my icebox.
Oh, gee, I wish I could think of something clever to do with my leftovers. I just didn't know my husband.
With my husband, I never have any leftovers. Say, listen, girls. Speaking of husbands, did you hear about Mrs. Casey's husband?
No.
Oh, what happened? I hear he got a big promotion down at his office. Oh, is that all? For heaven's sake. Well, I'll bid one heart.
Well, I pass.
2 hearts. You're going to have it at 2 hearts. I pass.
Pass.
Makes me the dummy.
All right, girls, the joint's made it!
Hey, why do you do things like this? Really? Girls, you know my husband.
Yeah. Hey, say there. For a minute, I thought it was the Cordettes. Hey, Alice. Alice?
Yeah.
Ralph tell you our big secret?
Ralph isn't home yet. What big secret?
Well, if he didn't tell you the big secret, I can't tell you, because at lunch he made me promise to let him tell you first.
Oh, I can wait.
Now, did you ever hear anything so aggravating? Never.
You want a sandwich? They're right over there on the bureau.
No one ever do.
Oh, hey, that reminds me, Trixie. Will you stop giving me Limburger cheese sandwiches for lunch?
Why not? I thought you liked them.
I do, but the guys down the sewer can't stand the smell. Hey, by the way, what excitement down there today. We had a break in the main line. The water was gushing in. The floating by.
Please stop telling me about the sewer when we're trying to play cards.
All right. I'll tell you after when we're eating supper. Oh. Play that one.
What?
Play this one.
Oh, that does it, Gladys. The rest of the tricks are ours. Guess you need a few lessons in bridge, Ed.
Bridge? I thought you were playing gin rummy.
Well, that does it for me. I gotta go home and get my husband's supper.
Want me to take a place?
No, thanks. We're quitting, Ed.
I'll help you clear these dishes up, Hal.
Oh, no, Gladys. Trixie and I'll do them. They're not that many. Here, Trixie.
All right. Next Tuesday at my apartment.
Okay.
I'll try, but I don't think I can make it.
Oh, great. Not bad. Goodbye, honey.
Bye,
So
Trix.
good seeing you
Nice
again.
to see you.
Bye, girls.
Oh, me too. Hey, I'm telling you, I can't wait till Ralph get home so you can hear our secret.
I'll wash and you drive. Okay, Trixie.
I'm telling you, boy, you're really going to be surprised when you hear our secret. You're going to flip it sensational.
Hey, where do you keep the soap chips now?
Right there by the sink.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're champing at the bit to hear about it. But like they say in the trade, my lips are sealed. I can't tell you nothing. All I know is that you're going to be plenty surprised when Ralph comes home and tell you that him and me is planning to buy a summer cottage for the four of us, and it's only going to cost $989.
You and him are buying what for who, and it's only going to cost how much?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
$989 for a summer cottage?
Don't let it worry you, Trixie. It's just another one of Ralph's harebrained schemes.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't give him all the credit. This is partly my idea, too.
Look, I don't care which one of you boys came up with this idea, but I can tell you, you can just forget about it.
You can say that again. $989 for a summer.
Hey, Ralph. Hi, Ed. Hiya, honey.
Hiya, Ralph.
Have I got news for you? What a surprise. You're going to be tickled pink.
The answer's no, Ralph. Absolutely no. Positively no, no, no.
What's the matter with you? You're saying no before you know what it's all about.
We're not paying any $989 for a summer cottage.
You dirty stool pick. Don't wait a minute, me. I told you not to tell him. I told you to keep it secret till I got home.
I couldn't help it. They dragged it out of me.
And how long did it take this I've got a secret panel to do the job? Now, look. Let me explain it to you, Alice. Then it'll look all different to you.
Want to bet?
Look, this is the chance of a lifetime. At least let me tell you how it happened. You see, I called Norton. We had lunch together. After we finished lunch, I started to read the paper. And I see an ad. Just let me read this to you. Here it is. Listen to this. Are you tired of the big city life? Do you want to get away from it all? Then come to Paradise Acres, the ideal place to spend your summer vacations and the perfect spot for your weekends all year round. $989. Buys you a dream house in this enchanted wonderland.
Ralph, $989 is out of the question.
But it isn't really $989. You see, Norton and I are partners, so that cuts it in half. That's $494.50.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ralph. Then $494.50 is out of the question.
I don't understand you. I don't understand you. Every time I try to do something, you gotta discourage me. You gotta stand in the way and say no. Everything I've wanted to do, you put a block in front of it. Other wives don't discourage their husbands. You don't hear Trixie saying anything, do you?
I'm against it.
You stay out of this.
Yeah, stay out of it. You're a guest in Ralph's home.
Well, I'm going upstairs to my own home and cook dinner. I'll see you later, honey.
All right, Trix.
Come on, Ed.
Yeah. Hey, you think now's a good time to bring it up about us buying a motorboat for next summer?
Will you get out of here?
All right, Ralph. Just sit down, and I'll get you dinner for you, and just give up this crazy idea, huh?
Crazy idea. Crazy idea. Is it crazy to want to save money? Here, look at it this way. Every year we go on a vacation. We spend at least $100. So does Norton. Now, all we have to do is save 5 years of vacation money, and we can buy this place and have a place to go for the rest of our lives.
Listen, Ralph, we're not going to spend close to $500 for any summer vacation. And if we're going to start spending any money, let's use it to fix up this winter resort right here.
That's the trouble with you, Alice. You got no foresight. You can't see this far in front of your nose.
And that's another thing, I need glasses.
Don't steam me, Alice. Don't steam me, because I'm already steamed.
I'll steam you, Ralph. I'll steam you. And I want you to understand something. That money is mine just as much as yours, and you're not getting it. We are saving that money for an emergency.
You killed me. You killed me. We've been married for 14 years, and for 14 years you've been giving me that same line. Don't spend anything, we'll save it for an emergency. Suppose one of us gets sick. When I wanted to buy that television set, you said, don't touch the money. Suppose one of us gets sick. I wanted to buy the car. You said, don't spend the money. Suppose one of us gets sick. You know what's going to happen, Alice? All our life, we'll probably save $1,000, maybe $2,000. And you know what's going to happen? Neither one of us gets sick, and we'll be stuck with the money. You're just stubborn, that's all. What's worse than that is you're selfish. What kind of a life do you think I lead in this city? Driving a bus all day. What do I hear? Taxi horns, police whistles, fire engines, brakes screeching, people hollering. Then when I finish my work and I come home, what do I hear? Neighbors next door fighting, babies are crying, garbage cans are rattling, peddlers are yelling. I ask you, what do I do to get a little peace and quiet?
Why don't you shut up?
One of these days, Alice, one of these days. Ah, right in the kisser.
Come in.
Oh, say, Alice, when I was here this afternoon, I forgot my pocketbook.
Oh, I'll get it for you, Gladys. I think it's right here on the bureau.
Oh, hello, Ralph. How are you feeling?
Don't mind him, Gladys. He always gets like this at feeding time.
What was Fatso doing here this afternoon?
This is Tuesday, Ralph, and I always have my bridge game on Tuesday.
Oh, pardon me. I forgot that it was Tuesday and that you always have your bridge game on Tuesday. That's the trouble with you. You don't care whether I have a vacation. You have a vacation here all year round.
I have a vacation here all year round. I have a vacation here all year round. What do you think this place is, Grossinger's?
Trouble with you, you're the typical modern woman. That's your trouble. You're too soft. My mother never had it like that. She never had any pleasures. Her only concern was bringing up a family. That was all she cared about, was bringing up a family. She never had any so-called pleasures like bridge parties and sewing clubs and going to the beauty parlor and afternoon teas. No, sir. She was too busy thinking about her kids and her family and making them happy. She never had any pleasures. I want to tell you something. As a matter of fact, my mother never had a pleasure. I don't think she had one pleasure until I grew up and left the house.
That's right. And you're not getting that money.
Not getting it, huh?
Nope.
Well, I just want to tell you one thing. You know, I've treated you nice about this. But why should I treat you nice? It's my money. I earned it. And I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna do whatever I want with it. You've got to learn something, Alice. That the husband is the boss of the house. I am in complete command. This house is like an army. And I'm the general. And you're nothing but a lowly private. I give the orders and you take them. Now, I'm not asking you for the money. The general is telling you, give it to me. I'll get it from my insurance.
Wait a minute, Ralph. Are you trying to tell me that you would borrow money from your life insurance for this crazy idea? That settles it, Ralph. That does it. You've got rocks in your head.
I got rocks in my head. I got rocks in my head. I got nothing in my head.
You're not going to borrow off your life insurance, and you can just forget about it.
Well, I got to get that money someplace. Look, it's just like the guy said. It's best to buy these kind of places in the wintertime when the prices are low. It's $998 now, but in the summertime it's liable to shoot up to $1,500 or something. We can't afford that.
Good, then let's wait.
Look, I'll meet you halfway. Now, here's all. I don't want you to give me the money now. I just want you to do this for me. All I want you to do is do what the ad says. They got a model cottage down on 34th Street. I just want you to go down and take a look at it. That's all I ask. I'll meet you tomorrow after work.
We're not buying any summer cottage, Ralph.
Well, why won't you even take a look at it?
All right, it won't do any harm for me to look at it, but the answer is still going to be no.
That's all I want you to do is look at it.
All right. Sit down. I'll go in and put on a house coat, and then I'll get you dinner.
Okay, sweetie.
What's that, Ralph?
Oh, hiya, Norton.
How'd you make out?
How did I make out? Now, there's a silly question. How do you think I'd make out? She's going down and take a look at the place tomorrow. You know, Lawton, you got to learn something.
What's that?
Well, you got to learn to put your foot down. Let your wife know what you say goes. Anything I say, she goes right along with. She's like putty in my hand. Any one of my whims, I bend her right to them. And you know why? Because she knows I'm the boss. I am the lord and master. I told her I was the general, and she had to do what I told her.
What else did you tell her, General?
Can I have my dinner now?
It's time to quit fooling around. We got to sell one of these houses or else.
LP, I'm not letting any live ones get away. There just haven't been any buyers, that's all. But keep your fingers crossed. I'm expecting a hot prospect any minute. Guy by the name of Cramden phoned. He's on his way over now. I'm going to try to sell him this $2,000 job.
Okay. But if you can't sell him this, sell him something. Stick him with one of those $989 jobs.
Relax, LP, relax. This guy ain't getting away from me.
How do you do?
How do you do?
I called to Mr. Mosby a little while ago.
Why, you must be Mr. Cramden. Come in, please, come in. I'm delighted to see you, sir. Come right in. Oh, will you excuse me for just a moment, please? Yes. Thank you very much. Now, as I was saying, Mr. Palmer, you must understand that we are so swamped with orders that I don't know when we can have your dream cottage available.
But I can't face my wife. Can't you give me any idea?
Well, we may be able to get you in by April 1st.
You mean this year?
Uh-huh.
Oh, how can I ever thank you? Thank you, Mr. Moss.
You're quite welcome.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Boy, cottages are going pretty fast, huh?
Going fast? To give you a slight idea, we are 300% ahead of last year.
Wow.
May I show you around, Mr. Cramden?
Well, I got my wife and some friends out
By all means, bring them in. Delighted to see them.
Alice.
Yeah.
Come on in. Trix. My wife.
Howdy, sir. Just as I expected. Completely captivated by our little dream cottage.
Oh, it takes your breath away.
Yes, we've heard that before.
I've never seen anything so beautiful.
We've heard that before, too.
Va-va-va-boom. There's a new one for you.
If you'll excuse me, I have another customer waiting to close the deal in the showroom.
Oh, go right ahead, Mr. Mosby. We'll just look around.
Good. I hope you don't think we're slighting you, but you see, we don't believe in high-pressure salesmanship. No, we feel that our little dream cottage sells itself. Yes, indeed, and I'm sure that after one look around, you'll find that even though it's just a country cottage, it has features, Mr. Cramden, that compare favorably to your home in the city.
If it's got a door on the knob, it's way ahead.
Friend's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah. You get off a pretty good one yourself now and then, Ralph.
Now, folks, if you just make yourself at home and yell, I'll be out when you want me, all right?
Yes, sir, Mr.
That's
Mosby.
fine. Oh, there's something I want you to know. We people connected with Paradise Acres don't think of it as a real estate development or as a business enterprise. No, we think of it as a peaceful woodland hideaway close to Mother Nature where good folk can live together in harmony and enjoy the better things of life. I'm quite sure, in fact, I know, that you are the sort who will make it that kind of a place. When I walked in here, do you know what I said to myself? I said, these are our kind of people.
Kind of gets you right down in here, don't it, Ralph?
Well, I'll see you in just a moment.
Now, that's what I like. A salesman that don't sell.
Look at these darling curtains. They're gingham. Oh, and Alice, look at this lamp with the ivy growing out of it. It's beautiful.
Hey, what a mattress.
Hey, you ought to see this bathroom. Tile all the way from the floor up to the ceiling.
No.
Hey, and look at the television set. Can you see us on a Wednesday night, sitting down, watching the Pabst Blue Ribbon fights, drinking beer? Boy, what a life.
Oh, Trixie, get a load of this kitchen. It's the very end. Oh, now I've seen everything.
Well, Norton, this is some place, ain't it? Hey, Norton. Hey, Norton. Hey, get a load of this. Norton fell asleep. Come on, pal, get up. Hey, get up there.
Oh, you can't wake him that way, Ralph. This is the only way that you can do it.
Supper ready. Oh, I guess I dozed a little.
You know something? Even after all these years, I still don't know how he does it. I don't know how he can become unconscious so fast.
Well, he's got a pretty good head start.
Hey, look at this.
Hey, what do you know, Ralph? The door's busted.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. This is a Dutch store.
Boy, those Dutch people must be very short.
I just don't understand how they can sell this place for $989. It's got everything.
Oh, so you're beginning to like it now, huh?
Like it, Ralph. I've never seen anything like this in my whole life, and it's such a bargain.
Oh, it's such a bargain. But when I told you yesterday it was a bargain, you wouldn't even listen to me.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Ralph. I hadn't...
When I told you it was a nice investment, you wouldn't even pay any attention to me.
Hasty and I
Will you please listen to what I have to say before you agree with me?
All right, Ralph.
Now, next time, when I start using my judgment, I hope that you'll go along with me. Whenever I tell you anything, I hope you'll agree. Now, you gotta admit, beautiful place for a vacation, great bargain, lovely, and I got rocks in my head.
I agree with you.
That's better. Well, what do you say? Do we buy it?
Yeah, I'm crazy about it. Hey, let's find that man, and get him back here and talk
Now, wait
to
a
him.
minute. While we're doing business, Norton and I, with this guy, I'd like you two to go down to the corner and get a soda. Maybe I can chop a couple of bucks off the price.
Oh, but Ralph, it's such a bargain now at
You
$989.
just said a minute ago you were going to take my
All
judgment.
right, Ralph, all right. We'll go to the drugstore. We'll go. Come on,
All
Trix.
right. Hi, honey. Mr. Mosby.
I'll be right with you.
Okay, pal.
Hey, you think you can really get this guy to sell it a little cheaper?
Just let me handle it. I'll chop a couple of bucks off the price. Don't
Well,
worry about it.
gentlemen, well, how do you like our little dream cottage?
Well, to tell you the truth, Mr. Mosby, it's pretty nice, but the price is a little high.
A little high?
Yeah, you see, we thought maybe perhaps you could chop a few bucks off the $989.
$989? This cottage is $2,000.
Ralph, you got a load of chopping to do.
$1,000? But it said in the ad in the paper, $989.
Oh, I know, but this is our super deluxe job. Frankly, I can't understand a man of your intelligence thinking we could sell this for $989. I'm surprised at you.
Yeah, Ralph, I'm surprised at you, too.
Well, couldn't we go up to the country and see one of the other little models that you got?
Well, if you'd like to take a chance, but frankly, I think by the weekend the cottages will be gone. But, wait a minute. I'm going to tell you something off the record, and the only reason I'm doing it is because when I saw you come in here, I said to myself, these are my kind of people. I'm going to do for you what I did for my mother when she wanted a cottage.
You going to buy one for us?
Shut up and let him continue.
I'm going to show you how you can get this cottage for $989. You'll save $1,000.
$1,000? How?
We just take out one of the little conveniences. For instance, we take out this wall can opener. And there are several other little things we can save on, too. Now, do you need built-in bunk beds? Of course not. We'll put in simple beds. Do you need thermostatic controlled heat? Of course not. We'll put in a simple but practical heating system. And with a few more things here and there, we'll save you $1,000.
Boy. Well,
is it a deal?
What do you say, partner? It's a
deal. Delighted.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Well, Norton, tomorrow we come down here with the money, and we have our own little dream cottage. Saturday, we go up and spend our first weekend. Mr. Mosby,
yes?
I don't know how to thank you. Hey, maybe when we're up in the country, we can say hello to your mother for you.
You do that. And you know something, gentlemen? It's been a great pleasure to do business with you. Everything has turned out just as I expected. When I saw you coming here, do you know what I said to myself?
We're your kind of people. Come on, Alice. You can look at the view later. Come on in. Come on, Norton. Boy, did you see that brook a little way down the road? Boy, oh boy. What kind of fishing is that going to be, huh? And those fish start fine. Wait a minute. Don't put down anything. We're in the wrong joint.
Hey. Listen, the guy said number 18. This is it.
It can't be number 18. Look at it. It can't be. It can't be.
Well, it is.
$998. We've been robbed. What are we going to tell the girls?
Look, don't tell
They'll
them.
kill us.
Don't tell them.
They'll kill us after seeing that other place down in the showroom. They'll blow their top. What are we going to tell them?
Well, if it wasn't January, we could jump out from behind the door and say April Fool.
Gotta tell them something, but what?
Don't tell them anything. Maybe they won't even notice the difference.
What's the matter with you? Are you insane or something? Look, we gotta convince them we can fix this place up. We'll just tell them we'll get some soap and water and scrub down the walls. We'll scrape the floor and we'll wax it. And then we'll sandpaper the paneling and then we'll put some varnish on it. We'll hang up some wallpaper and we'll paint the joint inside and out.
Look, I got a better idea.
What?
Let's let them convince us that they can fix it up.
Now look, when they come in here, don't act disappointed. You gotta play it up big, because if they find out that we know what it... Oh, hello, girls. I'm into the dream cottage.
Hey!
Dream cottage? This is a nightmare! Ralph!
Now, wait a minute, Alice. Don't say anything. Now, I know you're a little disappointed and everything, but... Don't worry. This place can be fixed up real good. Now, let's have no beef and a bellyache, and let's all pitch in and clean it up.
Ralph, get me the big frying pan out of the suitcase.
Gonna cook something for us, Alice?
No, I'm going to hit you right on top of your head with it.
Now, wait a minute.
$989 for this.
All right. Stop picking on it. It ain't such a bad place.
Well, maybe not for a guy who spends most of his life on a sewer. Ralph, what happened to the place we saw in the showroom?
Well, I'll explain that to you later. You see, this is gonna be easy to fix up. We just get some soap and water and we wash
Ralph,
everything
what
down.
happened to the place we saw in the showroom?
Scrape this floor up in a minute and put the wax down.
Ralph, what happened to the place we saw in the showroom?
Get some flower wallpaper. You know how flower
Now, wait a minute.
wallpaper...
Just stop.
What is...
I want to know what happened to the place we saw in the showroom.
Well, you see, that was the super deluxe place. This is just the deluxe place.
This is the deluxe place, huh?
Well, you see, the other place cost $2,000. And the salesman said he could save us $1,000. And I know how you like to save money, and I went right along with him. It's not very much difference between this place and the place that they showed us. Instead of built-in beds, they got a couple of bunks. Instead of complicated heating system, they got this thing. Instead of a Dutch doors, they got the screen door, that's all.
The other place had a can opener.
Look, we can fix this up. I know that you're a little upset and everything because of the trip. But don't worry about it, honey. You'll get some night's sleep, and tomorrow you'll get up in the morning and everything will look different. We'll start right in. Now, what do you think is the first thing we should do here?
Burn it down.
Look, in the morning, everything's gonna look different here.
I'm not going to be here in the morning, Ralph. I'm going to the station right now and get the first train back to the city. You coming with me, Trixie?
I'm right with you.
You coming with us, Ralph?
All right, I'm coming with you.
All right, pick up the stuff.
But when Norton and I come back here the next week and fix this place up so it looks beautiful, you'll be sorry.
Hurry up, it's getting dark out.
Hey, Ralph.
What?
Don't forget to lock the door.
Will you get out of here?
Not neighbors, that's a wolf.
Wolf nothing. That's somebody getting a look at the dream cottage for the first time.
Will you get off my back, Alice? Will you get off my back?
Well, you made a
I
mistake.
tell you, this place is going to be beautiful.
Yeah, you made a mistake. Why don't you admit it, Ralph? Just
All right, I admit it. I made a mistake. Go ahead and kill me. Go ahead, kill me.
Don't tempt me, Ralph. Don't tempt me.
Boy, would I like to belt you right now.
Look, as long as we got a day, somebody better build a fire, because it's freezing.
Look, there's a bunch of firewood right over there. We'll have the place nice and cozy and warm. And don't...
Just a minute. I will build a fire so that nothing goes wrong. Well, the wood's nice and dry. Give me some paper, Norton.
We ain't got no paper.
And how am I... I'll try to start it with a match. What's the matter? There's no draft. Turn that little thing up there.
You see it?
Yeah.
That better?
Nah. Still no draft coming through.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I'll fix it. Hey, we better get a fire started. I think Ralph's catching a cold over there.
You guys get together, get this fire started, I'm freezing.
How do you expect me to make a fire with no paper?
Wait a minute, don't get excited. There's a kerosene lamp over here. Maybe there's some kerosene in it.
Just a minute. I don't need your advice how to make a fire. I know all about it. Look out.
Ralph, you're not going to put kerosene in that fire. That's dangerous.
I certainly am, and shut up. I'm doing this. I'll have a roaring fire going here in no time. Here it is. It's be going in a second. Now remember, the first thing...
This is all your fault. You talked Ed into spending almost $500 on this miserable...
What do you mean, all my fault? It's just as much his fault as it is mine.
It's not. I didn't start it. You did.
What are you talking about? I started.
You saw the ad in the paper for Paradise Acres.
Yeah, and it was your newspaper.
Oh, don't try to tell me that this was Ed's idea. You're always trying to talk my Ed in these harebrained schemes, and you know something? You're going to give us back the $500.
Now, just a minute, Trixie. It cost us $500, too, you know. And it's just as much your Ed's fault as it is my Ralph.
Oh, it is not, Alice. Every mistake Ed's made, Ralph has talked him into.
Is that so? Well, I didn't talk him into marrying you, did I?
Ed, did you hear what he said?
He's got us there. He didn't.
Listen, you windbag! Maybe you can talk to Alice like this, but you're not going to push me around.
Boy, if you were only my size.
Oh, if I was, I'd be the fat lady in the circus. And another thing, this isn't the first stupid thing you dragged us into, you know.
Now, hold it, Trixie, hold it. That man you're married to is no mental giant.
My Ed's got more brains in his little finger than Ralph's got in his whole head.
He's still an idiot.
Come on, Ed. We're taking our stuff and leaving them here in their dream cottage, and they're just going to pay us back the $500.
Just a moment, Alice, honey dear. We'll go and leave you in your dream cottage, and you can give us the $500.
Oh. Well, our stuff's here.
All right, Norton, open the door.
Why me? You open it.
I said open the door.
Why should I? You open it.
Okay, pal, it's your cottage. I'll open the door. I'll open it. Come on, Alice.
I hope he didn't hurt himself.
Dinner ready for you in a minute.
We get any answers from that ad I put in about the cottage?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, a man came over this afternoon and he seemed pretty interested. So I told him to come back tonight when you'd be home.
Great. Maybe we can unload that joint.
Yeah, well, I got my fingers crossed.
Certainly is fine, boy. The quicker we get rid of that place, the better I'll like it. I don't want to be in anything that Norton's connected with.
Oh, now, Ralph, why don't you make up that ridiculous fight with Norton? Trixie and I made up.
You what?
We made up.
You traitor.
Not at all, Ralph. We just had a little talk about it, and we realized it was a very silly fight, so we made up, and I think you and Norton should do the same.
You think I should do the same?
Sure.
For what? For what? That guy's been taking me ever since I knew him. This breakup would have come years ago. Years ago, believe me, if I didn't have a big heart. I shouldn't have made friends with him in the first place. But living up in that cottage with him showed me what a real character he was. You know what I found out up there? Norton just ain't my kind of people.
Look, Ralph, if you want to be ridiculous about this, go ahead. But that man's coming back here, to talk about the sale. And you know that you got to have Norton down here if you expect to sell it to him.
All right, let him come down, but I'm not talking to him.
No, man's liable to be here any minute. I better get him down here.
Remember, I'm not making up with him.
Trixie! Hey, Trixie, bring him down! Now, listen, Ralph, Ed'll be down here in a few minutes. Now, just try and be a little friendly to him.
I'm not going to make up to him.
Listen, Ralph, Ed happens to be your best friend in the world. You've been pals for years.
Now,
And
there's
believe
the laugh.
me, you're gonna miss him.
Who's going to miss him? I got plenty of friends, maybe 1 million friends. I must have at least 50 down at the bus depot, 50 over at the lodge, at least 50 down the bowling alley. That's 100 right there. Who needs a mope like that Norton?
You got so many friends, Ralph. How come they never invite you anywhere?
Because I'm always with Norton, and they don't like him either.
Now, isn't that ridiculous? Your best friend for years. Nothing ever happened in your life that Norton wasn't here every single time. How about last year, Ralph, when you were in the hospital? Who was it that came to see you every single night and brought you the fruit? Norton.
Who ate the fruit? Norton.
All right, if you want to act like a child.
Come on now. Come on. Go ahead.
Well, Ralph.
Say hello to Ed, Ralph.
Alice, tell him that I am not talking to him.
Ed, Ralph isn't talking to you.
Trixie, tell him I take back my hello.
He takes back his hello.
Tell him he is a mental case.
Ralph says you're a mental case.
Tell him she was a grouch.
What a grouch. Now, come on. Why don't you two boys stop this?
What do you mean you two boys stop this? I didn't start this. He started it.
I did not. You started.
I'm not talking to you.
Just a minute.
Oh, Mr. Walstetter, how are you?
Come right in. This is my husband, Ralph Cramden.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you
Glad
do,
to know
Mr.
you.
Walstetter?
And this is Mr. and Mrs. Norton. They own the cottage with us. How do you
How
do?
do you do?
Tell him I'm glad to meet him.
Ed.
How about this cottage you advertised in the paper? I suppose your wife told you I'm interested in buying it?
Yeah. Would you like to go up to the country to see it?
Oh, I've already seen it.
You have?
Mm-hmm. I certainly have.
And you want to buy it?
I certainly do. Now, what would you gentlemen consider a fair price?
You already seen it. What do you think is a fair price?
Well, $1,000.
You want to pay $1,000 for that?
That's right.
See anything around here that you'd like to buy?
No, I'm just interested in the cottage. Now, is it a deal?
Well, it's
a...
Al.
Yes, sweet kid.
Well, it's a deal. Good. I'll get the deed right now. Norton?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a pen?
Yes, here's pen.
Put your signature on there, pal.
All right.
There it is. Certainly have a nice hand. There you are, sir.
There it is. There you are. Well, I'll be running along. It's been a pleasure to do business with you.
The pleasure has been all ours.
Well, good night, folks.
Good night.
So long.
How about that? He buys it, and we made $11 profit. Hey, tell you what we do with the profit? We'll have a blowout. What do you say, pal?
Okay, buddy boy.
I never thought we'd get out of this. Boy, I never thought we'd get out of this with our shirts on.
You know what I can't understand is why after he saw the place, he still wanted to buy it.
Yeah, kind of strange. Must be some sort of a nut or something.
Sure.
Boy, $11 profit, and you thought we were going to be taken.
I guess we showed you, huh?
Wait a minute. Come in.
Boy, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
You're not changing your mind.
No, I forgot my fountain pen.
Oh. Here you are, sir.
Well, thank you, and
There you are.
good
Watch
night
out for the
again,
heat.
folks. Good night.
Just a
Night.
minute, Mr.
Yes?
Wallstetter. Now that you bought the place, my partner and I were just wondering, after you saw the place, why would you want to buy a place like that? You can't live there.
Oh, I don't intend to live there.
You're not going to live there.
No, I have advance information that a highway is going right through there, and I'm selling it to the state for $4,000. Well, good night, It's all your fault, Rob. Why'd you put the ad in the paper?
Alice, tell him that he's not my kind of people.
Now, if you'll just come in here, Mr. Crandon, I'll show you around the living room.
Gee, that sure is a fine kitchen, all right.
Yes, I think your wife will get a lot of pleasure out of it.
Yeah. Hey, you coming out of the kitchen? We're going to watch the living room now. Yeah, she sure is going to like. The whole place is so beautiful.
Oh, well, I'm sure your wife and yourself would be very happy here. Oh, and here's something I think you'd be awfully glad to know. We have wonderful television reception.
Oh, yeah? What are you going to do? Spend the whole day in there? We're going to watch television.
There it is, Mr. Crandon. Just look at that picture.
Gee, that's a beautiful picture.
Hey, what are you turning it off for? It's my favorite show.
We're not here to watch television.
Mr. Crandon, with you working for the bus company, you'll find this apartment very convenient. You know, my George walks to work every morning. It only takes him, oh, there's the phone. Will you excuse me, please?
Sure. Well, what do you think of the place, Norton? And only $15 a month more than we're paying right now.
I'm telling you, it's beautiful.
Yeah?
Just beautiful, Ralph.
Sure is. What are you doing?
I just thought I'd take a sour ball.
Put that down. This isn't our house. Hey, look at all these books. Did you ever see this many books outside of a library?
Boy, hey, how about that collection? Complete works of Shakespeare, David Copperfield, Tale of Two Cities. Boy, this friend of yours, if he read all those books, he really must be well educated.
Certainly he's educated. That's why they had him driving the school bus.
Hey, Rob?
Yeah?
What's this hole in the door here for?
Oh, that's in case somebody rings a bell, you know, and you don't want to let him in like a delivery boy or something.
The only thing you could deliver through there is a salami.
They don't deliver anything through the hole. Like, what's the sense of explaining it to you? Will you sit down and be quiet? Hey, Norton, you want to get a load of this view?
I'll be right with you.
What are you doing, Norton? I told you to put that down.
I lost my ring in there.
Give me that.
Wait a minute, it's right between, underneath the red one. You almost had it.
Hey, my hand is stuck in this thing.
How am I going to get my ring back?
Never mind your ring. I'm not going to get this off my hand.
I got it. You put a little butter around your wrist and your hand and slide right out.
You haven't got any butter.
I'll ask Mrs. Winter for that.
Wait a minute. I don't want her to know I got my hand caught in her sour ball jar.
Well, you should have thought of that before you put your hand in there.
I'd like to put me.
I'm so sorry to have kept you waiting so long. But that was the movers on the phone. I had to give them all the details. I hope they got them straight.
Well, why don't you go in and call them back and tell them in case, you know?
Oh, well, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Cramden, how do you like our living room?
Oh, it's just beautiful, all right.
You know, one of the most beautiful things about this apartment is the view.
Yeah.
Mr. Cramden, don't you want to see the view?
I saw the view. I saw the view. Thank you very much. It's lovely out there.
Yes.
Say, could I have a glass of water?
Oh, why, yes, certainly. I'm sorry I didn't offer you refreshments any sooner.
Perfectly all right.
Would you care for anything else?
Well, no, just the water be fine.
All right, fine. Excuse me.
Come on, pull this thing off my arm. Take it easy. You want to tear the arm off? Now, put it down. Hurry up before she gets back in here.
My ring's still in there.
Here's your water, Mr. Cramden.
Oh, thank you very, very much.
I wanted to show you something else about the apartment.
You did?
Yes. My George is so handy, you know. He built this for me. Now, you'd never know there was a radiator under here.
No, I
Would you?
No.
Well, now, I'll show you. You just hold these pots,
Here, hold some of these pots.
and I'll show you the whole thing.
All right.
There! Now, isn't that wonderful? You'd never know there was a radiator under there, would you?
Certainly wouldn't.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Is your
isn't it?
ring
Yes.
still in the thing?
Yes.
Say, could he have one of those sour balls?
Oh, why, of course he could. I'm so
Thank you.
sorry, Mr. Norton. I didn't offer you anything. Do help yourself.
I hope I get my favorite Carney.
Well, I hope you do,
He's such a big baby with candy. He always takes a piece for after.
Got a lemon one.
Well, I understand.
You certainly are a lemon.
Mr. Cramden, tell me, have you made up your mind about the apartment?
Well, gee, I like it and everything, and I know Alice will be nuts about it, but I'd like to tell her. You know, I'd like to discuss it with her.
Well, Mr. Cramden, it's only fair to warn you that this is a very desirable apartment, and there are several parties interested in it.
Gee, I hate to lose it.
Well, you see, the movers are coming to take our furniture out tomorrow morning, and naturally the apartment has got to go to the first party who decides upon it.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a $20 deposit. And then you can tell the landlord that we'll move in here as soon as you move out.
Oh, I'm so glad
All
you're
right, here you
taking
are.
it.
All right.
I'll just give you right here, and I'll give you a receipt received from Ralph Cramden. $20.
There you are.
Thank you. Mrs. George Winters. There you are.
Well, thank you very, very much, Mrs. Winters. And I know that you and your husband are going up to Albany, and I want to wish you and him a great deal of luck.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, Mr. Cramden, there's just one other thing before you go. I'm embarrassed to bring it up, honestly, but, well, you see, our landlord is a stickler for quiet tenants. Now, I know you are, but I have to ask, you understand. Now, you and your wife don't have wild parties with drinking or dancing?
Oh,
do you?
no.
He hasn't even taken his wife out in the last 5 years.
Good night, Mrs. Winters. Good luck to you and your husband.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Goodbye,
Shut
Mr.
up.
Norton. Lewis, how are you?
How are you, Mrs. Winters?
Fine, thank you.
My, I see you've started to pack.
Oh, yes. You should have been here just a few minutes ago. You would have met your new tenant, Mr. Cramden. Oh, he's a very nice man. I'm sure they'll make wonderful tenants.
And he gave me a $20 deposit. There it is.
Well, I'd like to see him and draw up the lease. Did you get his address?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Well...
But I tell you, I'll get it from George when he comes home tonight, and then I'll telephone you, and you can go right over and see Mr. Crandon.
Thank you, Mrs. Winters.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
How's the packing coming? Oh, it's murder. You never know how much stuff you got until you start to move.
Well, here's some more for you.
Oh.
This is all stuff that I borrowed. I forgot to bring back to you. Oh, here's your beaded bag I borrowed from my sister's wedding.
Yeah, that's right. By the way, how are your sister and the children?
Oh, fine. Have I had this that long?
That's all right. I didn't need it.
Oh, gee, it's going to be lonesome around here without you, Alice. Well, you'd be crazy not to go. The new place sounds so great.
Oh, all I can tell you, Trixie, when I saw it last night for the first time, I nearly fainted. It is really beautiful. We can move in as soon as we sublet this place.
Well, have there been any answers to your ad yet?
Oh, not yet, and I wish they'd start coming. Because, you know, the superintendent said with our lease, we can't move until we sublet this apartment.
Oh, well, somebody will take it. But honestly, Alice, I wish they wouldn't. I'm just going to miss you something terrible.
Oh, Trixie, we'll see each other. After all, it's not like we're moving to the moon or another planet or Jersey. We're just moving up to the Bronx.
I know, but it's not like having you right here in the same house.
Cut it out, will you, Trixie? You're going to have me bawling.
Say there, girl. I'll get everything all packed up, huh?
Yep.
About tomorrow around this time, you'll be gone, huh? Glad to see you go. Glad to see you go. Hope the heck you never come back. I'm glad to see you go.
Will you shut up?
What's the matter with you?
Why do you always have to act like a clown?
She should have married an undertaker. You gotta kind of cheer you up a little.
Oh, I understand. Come on, Trixie. You know Ed. He didn't mean any harm. I wouldn't want him any other way.
I don't even want him this way.
Trixie, come on.
What a grouch.
Ed, will you help me clear out that closet in the bedroom, Trix?
Oh, sure. Come on.
Excuse us, Ed.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Norton. Hey, what do you say there?
Where's Alice?
She's in the bedroom there with Trixie cleaning out the closet. I thought I'd help by cleaning out the icebox.
Norton, you are beautiful.
Hey, you know, Ralph, I was thinking, you know, you and Alice moving kind of put a bug in my ear, you know? I was thinking about maybe Trixie and I could find a nice looking apartment, you know, a little better than the one we had. And well, as a matter of fact, coming home in the subway, I seen this ad in the paper. Hey, wait till I show it to you. This sounds good to me. It sounds like a beauty. Beautiful 2.5-room apartment, large airy rooms, tastefully decorated, lovely view from all windows, very reasonable rent. Must be seen to be appreciated. Hurry.
Wait a minute, let me see that. You poor soul, that's the ad I put in about this place.
Well, if it's so beautiful, what are you going to move for?
Norton, I might be going crazy, but I think I'm going to miss you.
I know something, Ralph?
What?
I'm going to miss you too, pal.
Yeah?
I've been thinking about you all day, about you moving, and I get to thinking back about the good times we had together and the long friendship and association, and, well, I just figured, you know, I kind of like to get a bottle of wine and drink you a farewell toast.
You know, that's awfully nice of you, Norton. I'd like to have a toast with you.
Good. Got any wine around the house?
You're going to drink a toast to me, and I got to supply the wine, huh?
Well, I seen some in the icebox. That's what's giving me the idea.
Yeah, pal. Well, go ahead, make the toast, Norton.
Now, wait a minute, let me think. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Down the hatch. Well, jump, 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 jump. Well, it won't be long, Norton. You know, here we are. Drinking a toast, talking to each other. We've known each other for a long time, haven't we, pal?
Right, Ralph.
13 years we've been buddies. Through good, through bad.
Right, Ralph.
I'd do anything for you, and you'd always do anything for me.
That's right, Ralph.
Here it is. The last night in this apartment, and we're going to spend it here together.
I can't tonight, Ralph. I'm going bowling.
What do you mean you're going bowling on my last night here?
Well, I can't help it. I'm meeting this new guy that's going to be a buddy of mine. He's going to be my bowling partner, see? A good bowler, too. What an approach he's got. Beautiful follow-through. Like
Get out and go ahead and bowl with him. Bowl with him every night for all I care. Stay with him.
Is that any way to speak to your best friend on the last night you're going to spend together?
I suppose I'm picking on him now.
All right, Alice, all right. I forgive him.
Oh, come on, Ed. Ed, we'll go upstairs and eat. I'll see you later, honey. All right, Trix.
Hey, Ralph, pal, how about another toast?
Drink it with your new friend.
Thank you very much.
I'm happy about a lot of things because I'm moving uptown to the Bronx. But one of the things I'm happiest about is that I'm getting rid of that nut. I don't know how I put up with him all these years. 13 years listening to his stupid remarks, having him sponge on me and get me into trouble. Of all the happy things that can happen to me up there, one of the happiest is that I'm getting rid of him.
Oh, Ralph, you miss him already, don't you?
Certainly I miss him. Where am I going to find a good friend like him again?
Oh, come on, sit down, honey, and I'll get you your dinner.
All right. Hey, did anybody answer the ad about the apartment yet?
No, not yet, Ralph. Frankly, I'm getting worried about it. You know what the superintendent said? This can opener's a mess.
Don't worry, we'll have no trouble renting this place.
If we don't rent it, we can't move into the new one.
People usually come around to look at apartments after supper. They'll be here.
Yeah. This is murder, this thing. Wish the other one wasn't packed.
You're beautiful with a can opener.
I think that's why you married me.
All you need is a little lukewarm water and a can opener.
Just watch it, Ralph. Watch it. The pots are packed. You want to get me one out of there?
Here.
I'll take the spoon, too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Want to get me some dishes out of there, too? We don't have any.
Here.
Oh, that's fine, thanks, honey. I better wipe them off. They're kind of dusty. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I need some silverware, too.
Maybe you'd like me to eat in a barrel.
What do you want from me? It's not my fault. We're moving.
Hey, maybe that's somebody looking for the apartment. Howdy!
Good evening. We came to see about the apartment that you advertised.
Well, step right into your new home.
This is this? Come on, dear. Let's get out of here.
But wait a minute. You haven't seen the bedroom. It's very cool in the summer. It looks better in the daytime. Steam heat all winter. Why don't you look at the wall, Doc?
I'm getting worried. I think we're going to have trouble renting this place.
But on account of those two, I spotted them as soon as they walked in here. They're lookers, that's all. We'll have no trouble renting this place. Come on, give me my supper. There you are, somebody else. Howdy!
We've come about the apartment.
Step right into your new home. My name is Crandon, Ralph Crandon. This is my wife, Alice.
Our name is Jensen.
Oh, Jensen, isn't that a nice name, Alice?
Yes, it is. You'll have to excuse the way the place looks, but we're packing, you know.
Yeah, just try to picture it without the barrels.
What do you think, Gladys? Well, I don't know. Those windows. Yeah, those windows. Of course, we have curtains.
Oh, well, we were going to get curtains for years, but we knew we were going to move out of here sooner or later.
Yes, that's right.
Here's something you don't find in an apartment these days. Hot water, 24 hours a day. That steam is very hot to be careful, as a matter of fact. Guess somebody's taking a bath.
But we see the bedroom.
Oh, sure. Go in and tidy up a little bit before
yes,
they see the bedroom.
Will you excuse me, certainly?
Well, it's a nice, big, bright, airy room, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And what do you think of the room, Gladys? Well, maybe with some nice furniture.
What do you mean, nice furniture? What's the matter with this furniture?
Oh, nothing. Only it just isn't our style. Walter, I haven't seen one of these in years.
That's our icebox.
I know it is. I didn't think that people were using these anymore.
Hey. What's that thing you're doing?
Why, nothing.
When somebody goes, they mean something.
Well,
now, what do you mean by it?
Why,
get out of here! Get out! And don't come back if you change your mind either. Don't like the furniture, don't like the icebox. You heard, huh?
I heard.
Those kind of people burn me up. More people. Step Howell. Oh, it's the superintendent. Look out.
Well, did you rent the apartment yet?
You get a license for that tank yet? Never mind. We'll rent the apartment. We'll have no trouble renting it either. Look, I want to ask you something, Mrs. Monahan. We're very anxious to get uptown, so would you mind if we move tomorrow and then you can rent the apartment as soon as we're...
What?
How did your husband like the tie I gave him for Christmas?
Mr. Crandon, you have a lease here. Now, you'll not get out of this apartment until you've sublet it. And that's final.
How are you going to sublet a dump like this? The water don't run? Windows stuck in the bathroom? Nothing works in this place. There's a leg off the bathtub. This place hasn't changed a bit since the day we moved in here. What kind of an idiot would lease a place like this?
But I'm going out to tell the landlord. Don't tell it to me. I get me orders from him.
Shut up. She ain't stopping me. We're moving out of this place. I'm hiring a trailer. I'll get my brother Charlie to bring the car over, and we'll move tonight.
But Ralph!
Don't butt me. We're moving tonight. I'll start moving this stuff out now. I told you to put some black on it. Bring it out. Just put it right in there.
Where's your cousin Charlie with the car?
Never mind. He'll be here. Where's Norton?
He's still upstairs.
Norton! Norton! Norton!
Hey, on, Ralphie boy!
Will you shut up? I want to wake up the superintendent. She's right in this window. Come on down and help me load the trailer. We got to get out of here.
What do I bring?
Bring down all the pots and pans and stuff that is up there. He must be nuts making a noise like that. Put it back
Yes,
there.
me, we're all nuts trying to move at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Are you starting again? You know why we have to move now on account of her.
Well...
Boy, I wish I could see her face tomorrow when she finds out that we moved out.
But Ralph...
Never mind. Where's Norton? We gotta load the trailer.
I don't know.
What are you making all that noise for? Don't touch me!
Did you hurt yourself?
No, I didn't hurt myself. Luckily, the pots and pans broke my fall.
Go upstairs and call my brother Charlie and tell him to come around with the car that we're almost ready.
All right.
Come on. You better! Here comes Monahan with Cook. Put them in the car.
You're yelling at me all the time, Prime. Here, out here at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm trying to be a friend there and helping you move and everything, and all you want to do is yell at me and hit me. How'd you like me to hit you?
Look out.
2 for flinching.
Let's get this thing loaded. Help me with that trunk.
Wait a minute. Take it easy. Wait a minute, Ralph. I want to get a better grip. Hurt your hand, Ralph?
Buster, how could I hurt my hand by letting a trunk fall out?
Well, good. I thought you really was hurt.
I did hurt myself! Look, will you get out of my way? I'll do it all myself. Just be quiet.
That's the way you want it? Go ahead. Do it.
You want to wake up Mrs. Monahan?
I couldn't help it. The night's so young and she's so beautiful.
And you're so nuts. Where's my brother Charlie in the car?
He's coming, Charlie. Coming. Come on. I'll help you load this stuff.
Never mind. Go up and get the rest of the stuff. I'll do the loading myself. Bring down what it's ever up there.
There's only a few odds and ends up here.
All right, throw them down. Be careful. Well, go ahead, drop it. Don't miss it. Will you stop making noise? Do we want to get caught?
I better not. I'll bring it
Will you
down.
drop it down here? I want to make a quick getaway as soon as the car comes.
I don't know what's the matter with you. Ralph! You! Come on down here. No funny business. Right down.
Look, I know this looks bad, but we ain't robbing this place, you see.
I know. You're going to give me that old one, huh? That you live here, all this stuff is yours, and you're just moving out. You look like too smart a guy to give me an old one like that. Suppose you tell me your story.
Honest, everything you said is true. I do live here, and I am moving out.
At 1 o'clock in the morning?
It ain't 1 o'clock. It's 25 after 12.
Who's this here?
Look, here. Will you tell him that I live here and that we're moving?
Let's hear your story.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to know, are we being booked on an 802 or 605?
You stop fooling around and tell him who I am.
He's Ralph Crampton. He lives here.
Yeah. Ask anybody in the building. They'll tell you I live here.
All right. I'll ask the superintendent.
Go ahead and ask the superintendent. Wait a minute. You can't ask the superintendent.
Why not?
I'll tell you why.
Look, we better go inside and check this with the super right now. Now,
Wait
come
a
on.
minute.
Oh, Charlie.
Alice, will you do me a favor and tell him who I am?
He's Ralph Crampton. He lives here.
There, you satisfied? You thought we were trying to rob him.
Have you got any proof of who you are?
Oh, just a minute. Show him your driver's license, Ralph.
Hey.
That'll prove you live here.
That's right. Here. There's my license, there's my picture, and there's the address. Now, you satisfied?
I guess it's all right. After all, I'm only doing my duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess nobody'd want to steal this stuff.
Boy, that was a close one. He wanted to go in and wake Monahan up.
Surprised she didn't wake up long ago with all the noise you two been making.
Well, let's get out of here before anything else happens.
But, Ralph, Charlie can't get the car started. He's not coming.
What? Don't judge me! But wait a minute. We'll push this thing over to Fulton Street, then we'll get a cab to tow us. Look, you two go upstairs and take all the bulbs out of the sockets. I don't want to leave a thing for that Monahan. Here, get this up. First, put the trunk in. Wait. All right, now the table. Wait Wait a minute. It's got to be flat.
Up on top.
Will you shut up? Pull this front back.
Don't breathe.
You push and I'll pull.
All right.
Come on, will you push?
Push, Andrew.
Boy, I can't wait to see that Monahan's kissing tomorrow. I just wish I could see her when she finds out that we moved.
Now's your chance.
What's wrong? Pardon me, we're Miss Monahan, I thought you were asleep.
Well, I was to a movie. Mr. Conlon, are you a moving?
Why, what gives you that idea?
I know what you're doing. All right, go ahead and move. But I'm calling the landlord and his lawyer the first thing in the morning. Will go down to the cab company and attach your salary.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I?
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I?
You wouldn't dare.
No?
No. Well, don't stand there. Help me get this stuff upstairs.
All that noise?
I am not stopping making this noise. I'm going to continue. I've got to fight fire with fire. They wouldn't let me out of my lease. Okay, I'll break my lease. I'll have them on their knees begging me to move out of this joint. What are you trying to do? Scare me to death?
Come on, can't you take a joke?
Hey,
I got a lot of this stuff here.
One. Another one. Boy, that's great.
Get this. These things there. These. This is the clincher.
Boy, oh boy. Hey, that's great. Where'd you get this stuff?
I got all this stuff from my mother and father's 50th wedding anniversary.
You know, your family must be just like you.
They are. Hey, here's the paint. Chartreuse, red, and midnight black. There's a little missing out of the black because I used it to paint my bathroom window.
Well, we'll use the paint later. Right now, we'll soften her up with a little noise. Come on, grab something.
Wait a minute. There.
Ready, pal?
Okay.
Pardon me, I didn't hear you. Sorry, honey.
Yeah?
Well, how we doing?
There's a cotton in your ears, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's all you got in there. Now, you stop making all this racket.
I'm not stopping making any of this racket. I'm continuing.
Listen, if the landlord doesn't throw you out of here, I'll throw you out of
Pay
here.
no attention on Norton. Keep going. Never mind, she's here. Never mind, she's here. Well, why don't you grab something and join in the fun?
I'll join in the fun. Now, either you stop this racket or I'm calling the landlord, and he'll come up here and put a stop to this.
Oh, the landlord's coming up
Yes.
here. I've never met him. 13 years I've lived in this house, and I have yet to meet the man.
Well, you'll meet him now. You've been nothing but a troublemaker ever since you moved in here.
We'll give that landlord a reception like he never had in his life.
That's right.
Well,
How about the painting now?
yeah, let's get the painting. Oh, wait a minute. This is sort of a special occasion. Have a cigar.
Oh, thank you very much. He'll find out that I'm nobody to be trifled with. There you are. That's a good one.
Now, on with the paint.
Here's the brush. Make sure these things are untied. Get them on.
Put my cigar.
Hey, what do you want me to paint first?
Just paint anything, just as long as it's good and sloppy.
Good and sloppy.
Hey! Don't paint that! That belongs to me!
You told me anywhere!
Look, paint over on this wall over here.
Look out.
You want me to go back and make some more noise? No. This is too slow, but I got an idea how to speed it up. We haven't even started yet. You know, when that guy comes up here, I'm really going to give him a royal welcome. You know that firecracker you gave me?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as the landlord comes up here, I'm lighting it, and we'll start our little meeting off with a bang. Then another thing I want you to do. We got some loose plaster on this ceiling.
Yeah?
As soon as the landlord comes in here, I want you to run upstairs to your apartment, stamp on the floor. By that time, half the ceiling will come down.
Okay.
Now, remember, this is very important. As soon as he comes in, stamp on your roof and let the ceiling come down.
Okay.
The cue is when I slam the door.
Yeah.
Well, how's this?
Oh, they're going to come with an ambulance and take you to Bellevue.
You just put out of this.
You didn't
We're handling this. Wait a minute. There's the door now. That must
You
be the
didn't have to go this far.
Just get out of here and let me handle it. All right, let him in.
Oh.
Where's the firecracker?
Mr. Cramden?
Yeah?
I say, are you Mr. Cramden?
No, my name is Norton. My friend, Mr. Cramden, is right over here.
Well, Mr. Cramden, I'm the landlord for the apartment.
Oh, you're the landlord, eh?
Yes, sir.
Well, it certainly is nice seeing you.
Yes, indeed.
How do you like the way I decorated the place?
Oh, no. You did this?
Yes, I did this.
Well, I gotta be going
go upstairs. Yes, pal. I did this, and what do you think of it?
Well, I don't.
Time for a little noise. You ought to hear me around 3:30 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning. I don't think I want you as a tenant.
Oh, you don't want me as a tenant here, Alice?
Definitely not.
Thank
and
you.
I'm tearing up your lease.
Thank you very, very much.
And here's your $20 deposit back.
A $20 deposit.
Well, the deposit you gave Mrs. Winters to move into my apartment house in the Bronx.
Wait a minute. I thought you were the landlord here.
Goodbye, Mr. Cramden.
Oh, wait a minute. The place.